What it do? I don't have a lot of energy right now, guys. I'm not going to hold you. So it's not going to be something I'm going crazy for right now. I'll tell you, we'll get into the reason why shortly. But welcome to the Film Cave. It almost fucked up the title. Lord Jesus. Logan, you might have to take over, brother. But
all right.
Okay, you go ahead. Take the reins.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Film Cave. We're a little late today. It's Tuesday, though. Film Cave Tuesday. Our boy John Knight just competed once again in a schmodown match. Almost a mirror
fucking
copy.
Sucks. Apparently,
almost a mirror copy of the first match. Absolutely destroyed, dominated the second round. Got exactly what he needed, and then got one question in the third round that really tripped him up, and that was kind of the end of it, man. It sucks a lot. I feel bad for him. At least this one you didn't lose on missing a question. Like he had to come up clutch, and so it wasn't a knockout,
questions, man.
But yeah, got tripped up. Movie release dates, that's a tough one. But yeah, guys, we're here. We're excited. He's a little less excited than I am. But we're going to have a good show. It's going to be a fun show. I'm excited to get some people in here later for what our topics are today. I think we could have some fun questions coming in. But yeah, what else we got? What am I missing in our normal intro?
Yes. Hey guys, this is a Film Cave, your one-stop shop for all things film and entertainment. Me and Logan, we're going to sit up here and basically shoot the shit. We love talking about film. And this is that time, man. I'm excited. We got a good little show. Got a lot of reviews. We're gonna get some Logan takes, on a show I'm very happy and excited for that he is currently watching.
Yep.
So we have quite a few things, but that's not the only thing. You guys can be a part of the conversation. You guys can join us here live on the show. You don't necessarily have to show your face, but you can join us live. There's two ways to do that. One, you can send your questions on Twitter using hashtag AskFilmCave. Two, there will be a link sent in the live chat towards the end of the show when we are ready to take callers. Here's how it goes. There are rules. We will bring you in. You will ask your question. You will give your thoughts on said question. And then with love, maybe, I'm not in a good mood today, we'll see, be escorted out. It will answer your question to the best of our ability. And then, of course, at the end of the show, maybe 20 minutes or so, a little less, we will have dedicated to you guys in the comments section and basically just shoot the shit. So. And, Mr. Furtado is in our chat. Hello, sir. He is currently watching. Just rub it in while the wound is still open. But, yes. So let's say we get into it. Did I miss anything? Oh, I did. If you're watching, whether you're watching live or on playback, do us a good favor. If you like what you see here, if you find what we're talking about intriguing, if we trigger you beyond belief, depending on what the hell we're about to say later, still hit that subscribe button so you can see other triggers that you might like.
There you go.
And hit that thumbs up. Really helps the channel out a lot. And hit that notification bell whenever our faces pop up again every week. I don't know what this was, but it's the only thing that I had in the moment.
You can't see me, John Cena.
Oh, his was a little more tightened up.
It was. Like, you're a little drunk.
I was. Little, I had a few shots during the match. So that was the thing there. But yeah, subscribe really means a lot. Support content creators, support originality. Don't just succumb to the normal what you're used to. Branch out. If you can watch, you can subscribe. If you enjoy, you can subscribe. If it makes you think and you have something to say, subscribe. So, all right. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. We are ready. So those of you who don't know, a lot of you do who watch this so far. And Logan, we're going to hear your jolly, amazing voice for this. I'm not going to sing it this time.
No, we're not.
So I need you to do something. Give us like a little something, like a little, I don't know. You can host some kind of something. I don't know. We'll just have to see, everybody. It's the world premiere of Logan, the man. That's all I got. So me and Logan like to talk about film, but sometimes there are other things we like to get passionate about. But sometimes film still rears its beautiful head into the mix. And in what kind of fashion, sir, does this normally occur?
It's usually in what would be known as traditionary fashion.
Yes.
Is that correct, sir?
That is highly correct.
Okay.
Good job for you.
I didn't
And
choke.
This, unlike myself. So, this is world premiere, y'all. Get ready. You son of a bitch. Wow. That's how you're going to bring this in? This is supposed to be
Fucking
my
great.
partner
That was
right
fucking
here.
great. Let's go.
But he's going to sing the song of which I lost to. You know what? This is some bullshit. Everybody, it's going to be low. Can I take myself out how to do this? Logan, nope, it's only him.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Yeah, that's
right. Shit. This is some bull, but whatever. Yes, out there in the world. So, sir, you normally take the reins. Do you have anything to lead us off with today?
I do. First of all, I did get my. You remember I brought up. I think it was last week, maybe the week before. I got my 4K Blu-ray of Last Jedi. Let's go. Got that yesterday. But then also yesterday evening, I got to see a little movie called Quiet Place Part 2. And won't be saying anything in terms of review yet. We'll let everybody see it. Come back probably next week. I'm guessing you'll see it.
Oh, absolutely.
This weekend. And we'll get to talk about that next weekend. But I can safely say, unlike what I was saying in previous days, you know, we've had 3 big movies and they've all kind of disappointed me. I can finally say I got to go to a theater and see a really good movie, a really fun movie, suspenseful.
She agrees.
And Penny's pissed about it, so she didn't get to come. But yeah, so I'm excited for everyone to see it. It's really good. It's really fun. I got to see it in Dolby, which I don't have. Shook. Yeah, I don't have that here in my city. I have IMAX. So going to Dallas, seeing it in Dolby, it was pretty good. I still prefer IMAX, but I will admit I was sitting in the recliners and I was like looking online, trying to see if I could buy some of those motherfuckers. I literally ended up on like theaterseats.com, and they're not as expensive as I thought. So
that's interesting.
You know, if one day I have a theater in my house, which would be nice, maybe I'll make that purchase.
Hey, make it work. Make it work.
And then to what Kenny King just said, did Quiet Place deserve a sequel though? Thought it stood best alone. Tough to say when you haven't seen the sequel yet.
That's interesting.
But it's literally the same story. This one picks up the second the first one ends. So it's a beautiful double feature. If you want to have a terribly suspenseful 3 hours, double feature A Quiet Place Part 1 and Part 2.
I was like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I missed that part. Okay. Well, I'm very excited.
What about you, sir?
I do not. My mind is shit right now. But
okay,
I will mention something that was just brought up in the chat that apparently I don't know if he's trolling or not. So let me double check this source first.
Discount double check.
Let's see, because you
What's
can't listen
saying?
to it. Nope, he didn't. Okay, perfect. Oh, it's halftime. It's not over yet. Okay, but my Nets are doing pretty good in these playoffs. They're on the road to 2-0. It's halftime 71-47, so I'm excited. That's promising. I'm very excited. I completely forgot the playoffs were going on.
I know. I hate to admit
that
I'm not even really paying attention. I should.
Yeah, even last week I forgot. I was like, damn. So I have to make a lot of videos watching all the games because I'm very behind. So we'll see. But I'm excited for that. It's been a pretty good playoffs so far. Yeah. So we'll see. But I don't have anything other than, do I? No. I think I'm pretty good. It's been not a lot has happened outside like the main
things that are real topics. Yeah.
Really. Yeah. Well, did you want to talk about this? I don't think it's worthy of like a whole headlines about Edgar.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we can do that. So a lovely little trailer dropped out of nowhere. Was it last night in Soho?
Correct.
Yeah. Edgar Wright's new film starring Jojo Rabbit Lady and Anya Taylor-Joy. Interesting. I don't know what the hell's going on other than she keeps reliving or flashing back to a woman from the old times. And that's all I really know. There's ghosts in the wall. There's craziness. There's all type of neonness everywhere. I have no idea what's going on. I didn't even know about this movie. But I saw the trailer. What do you think? What are you thinking? And what the hell is going on?
I mean, that's the thing. I don't know what's going on. It almost looks like like when she dreams, she goes to this other world or something. But definitely,
she's seeing everyone. She's awake though.
And well, right. So it's almost like so that's what I can't tell. Is she in a dream and walking around and like feeling like it's real, or is it starting to bleed into her real life? So I don't know, but it's definitely interesting. I'm intrigued. I will admit I'm not a big horror person. So if this is true horror, I don't know how into it I'll be. Like Quiet Place is more suspense thriller for me. So I don't know about that, but Edgar Wright, obviously fantastic director. I mean, and it's funny because I was talking to my cousin today. He's like Baby Driver is one of his favorite movies of all time. He just loves that movie so much. And he's like the one that was showing me all the Easter eggs and like details in it. And he was texting me. He's like, "What did you think of that trailer?" Because he was like, "I have no idea what's going on. It seems like a lot." And I was like, I mean, Edgar Wright put a bunch of details and Easter eggs into a movie that didn't need it, like Baby Driver. It just took it even higher up. And so this one needs those kind of, deep details and deep storytelling. So I think it's going to be, I mean, he obviously knows how to succeed with that. So I'm excited to see it. Cause he said he's had this idea for like 10 years. So him finally getting to make it, I'm guessing it's pretty well thought out. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I'm very interested in the lead chick because I only know her from JoJo.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's done anything else. If she did, I definitely hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
I thought the accent she was putting on was in JoJo was an accent, but I know it was her actual one. I'm like, oh, so she has a very unique type of voice. So that when she finally spoke in the trailer, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued. I like Edgar Wright. I'll see it. I'm not going to rush to see it. If it's on at home, I'll definitely do it, but I'm not running to the theaters for sure. But I'll definitely watch it if it's at some home shit. You have me intrigued, Sir Edgar.
There we go. And that's also Anya Taylor-Joy actually singing, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah. So you heard her voice come through.
What up, JVS?
Good for her. All right. So if you don't have anything else, I don't have anything else. That was I think that was the quickest wrap up of Out There in the World we've had so far. But it's appropriate. It's been a pretty slow week. Sure. But if we missed something that you guys want to talk about, please feel free to throw it in the comments section, whether live and or playback. We definitely look at the comments and we'll be joining you if we miss something. So let us know. That's why you're all here, to keep us in line and on bay and on topic. All right, sir. Another big trailer dropped, actually, out of nowhere, fresh off an Oscar win. Miss Chloe Zhao's Eternals dropped their trailer. What do we think? They didn't show us a lot.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. It didn't give me the Marvel whoa, like most of them do. I didn't have any of those moments. I was just like, okay, I'm watching it. It's cool. Nothing wowed me yet. Just seeing them was like pretty cool, but I didn't get wowed from it because there was no big moments. It was literally just face shots of them and them doing spiral things floating. I'm like, all right, cool. But definitely has that Chloe Zhao feel. It looks just like Nomadland with superheroes. So yeah, so I'm excited. What do you think? What are your feelings on it? Because it kind of came out of nowhere. I don't think we had a warning for this, did we?
No, it dropped out of nowhere. Poster and trailer dropped at the same time. First of all, shout out to Sergeant Salty Nuts with the super chat, $4.99. Appreciate it, man.
You're the shit. I didn't see that. I wasn't looking at the chat. Wow. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, so Eternals, I think it's obviously the first thing I thought, because we didn't have any massive money shots necessarily, very quick cutting trailer. The voiceover is pretty enlightening. I like how it talks about how, we've been around a long time, but we haven't, done anything. We haven't, interfered with anything until now. And it's like, oh shit. Okay. What's up? Like, what's the reasoning for that? But then, I mean, it's such a beautiful looking movie already. I mean, the cinematography is obviously there.
It's very beautiful.
And, and I saw people saying, it's washed out. Like, where's the colors? And it is true that Chloe Zhao, for the most part, I want to say, shot this with natural lighting,
Yeah.
which is an interesting choice for something like this. I can't wait to see how it really looks on the big screen. That will be when it really matters. But overall, I like the introduction to all the characters. We got to see pretty much everyone, and yeah, man, I'm dying to see this. I think this is going to be a massive movie when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe
Yes.
and what it's going to do for that franchise. So I'm interested to see. And then the Avengers call out at the end.
Yeah.
Little forced, I'm not gonna lie, but it's cool to see because there's like 3 different Captain America like Easter eggs in this trailer alone, which is super weird to me. But like there's an old timey fight with Angelina Jolie, and there's a guy with a like Wonder Woman looking Captain America shield, like identical to it, but it's all brown. And then also I think Kumail, who is Kingo, who has he's a famous Bollywood star. I think on his they're on a jet at one point, like a private jet, and it looks like Captain America's World War II shield in the background, like he has it. And so I'm like, what in the world is happening? So pretty interesting. I don't know why they need to like super hit us over the head with Avengers, like just be your own thing, but maybe it makes sense for the story. So we'll just have to find out.
Maybe I'm definitely intrigued. Like just because I wasn't like, oh my god, like
There's
like
no
we're
big
used
money
to.
shots. There's no action really. I mean, so it makes sense.
It's just a lot of good-looking people in superhero suits. Because I saw Angelina Jolie and Salma Hayek, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, she's
yeah. This makes no damn sense. So yeah, I don't know much about Eternal, so I don't know what to expect. Because I know, like they said, they've been here for God knows how long, and it has not interfered with any damn thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when heroes say that, I'm just like, you son bitch, we could have used you so many times.
So like when it comes to possibilities, first of all, the poster that they released, I love it. I think it looks so nice. It's just such a good looking poster.
See the poster?
I need to text it to you? I could text it to you. I think.
Sure. I don't think I saw the poster.
Yeah, here, I got you right quick. Quick detour here. Text him a poster. Okay, there you go. But in the poster, I was like, I tweeted about it or something, and I love the weird look of this ship that they're
in.
And somebody commented to me and was like, hey, in the comics, En Sabah Nur gets his mutation from that ship, which is Apocalypse, the first mutant. And I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. Like there's like new possibilities. Like what will they just skip Apocalypse? Very possibly, because that movie was so god awful for a lot of people when it comes to the X-Men movie. But I love the possibilities of what could be coming with Eternals and whatever they're doing. Have they been asleep this whole time? They woke up, or what might it be? There's a possible mind wipe scenario where they didn't know that they were Eternals for a long time and then it awoken them or something. So I'm unsure, but I'm definitely intrigued. This is this is a brand new IP for Marvel, and I'm very excited for it. So I think that means something.
Yeah, same for sure. I'm very excited. A lot of people are thinking, and it might be true, that Angelina might end up being like the bad guy. I saw a lot of that. I don't know why.
It's gonna be the other guy, the guy from what's he in? Fucking like Dunkirk.
Oh, a little kid?
No, not the little girl.
No, I mean, to me, I just call him a kid because he still looks like he's like 10.
Yeah, correct.
Who everyone on Twitter has been getting like horny over and all that. I'm like, well, yes. Every time I'm like, who is this guy? And I remember, he was in Dunkirk and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
I think he's, because I'm pretty sure he plays like there's one Eternal that like doesn't agree with the other ones, but he's not a deviant. He's still an Eternal or something, and his power is that he can control minds. So like that immediately, I'm like, okay, he's probably not going to be a good guy. So we'll see.
Touche. We'll see. We will see for sure. Let us know what you guys think. Are you excited about Eternals? Or you're like, I don't know. how you feeling. Let us know in the live chat now, and let us know and during playback when you watch. If you made it this far, and if you're watching this far, don't forget to subscribe. Cannot stress how important that support is. And we appreciate it for sure. All right. Speaking of the world of superheroes, kind of, but the one who owns the Eternals and the rest of Marvel, they want to finish out their global domination. And apparently, they want to buy DC.
Where are you seeing this? That they actually want to buy them?
You see that? There's a thing going around.
That's a fake rumor going around. Disney doesn't actually want them.
We don't know that.
They physically can't unless they sold Marvel.
Why? Why can they not buy both of them?
That's how it works.
I don't know. Listen, if I'm seeing it at these days, we keep saying that and shit happen. I'm not putting anything past anybody. Okay, because
I mean,
we'll see.
I don't know. I do think it's funny, but they would have to buy Warner Brothers. Like, you're not going to be able to do that. That's like $100 billion.
They can't just buy. They can just buy the rights to DC.
Warner Brothers isn't going to get rid of DC. That's their biggest moneymaker.
I mean, is it at this point? Because they don't even know what the fuck they're doing with it.
I think Suicide Squad might change some things, but yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll speak in hypotheticals.
Hypotheticals is fine.
Man, we shall. If this happens, and believe me, I would love for that to happen, and I do want them to happen, because they will be in much better hands than WB, because they do not know what the hell they are doing with DC by any means, and I need things just to be fixed. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
They will truly rule the world if they do so, and I think, like I said, they know what they're doing when it comes to IPs. They know how to structure here now for the long run. I think that'll bring DC back to where it needs to be, because right now it's in a really, really rough spot. And shit, can we get a merger? I'm just saying, can we see Batman and Tony Stark popping up in the same movie or some shit? Who knows? No, that's a reach for sure, but possible if they do that. But what are you thinking on the hypothetical?
No, I mean,
reason?
The way I look at it, I would love for DC to either become its own studio or get bought, by someone else. Whether it even be just another, like a Legendary or or a Lionsgate or like something that's just, it's not Warner Brothers, because obviously Warner Brothers, they're having trouble running their company. And so we as fans are frustrated because we're getting movies that are, wish-washy, and they don't have a streamlined, anything really. So it's like, I see why people don't want Warner Brothers to have it, obviously. But I don't see Disney buying it. I just don't think that's possible. But, I could see a number of other giant, like God forbid, like an Amazon or an Apple or, something massive that's trying to get in the game and like really be big, wanted to make a big play to that. But I think the real thing is, well, that's Warner. That's the thing. So like, I think the real thing is Warner Brothers is going bankrupt thanks to this half theatrical, half HBO Max release.
Stupid.
And so somebody might have to bail them out as a full-on corporation, not even just DC Comics. So we'll have to see. But
I don't know. I want it. I'm not going. I want it. Just give it all Disney. They know what they're doing.
Well, no, but that's the thing, though, is like if they just said, "Hey, DC is becoming its own studio under Warner Brothers," but Warner Brothers does not have full-on control. If they had somebody like a Kevin Feige who is really running things, and then Kevin Feige goes to Bob Iger or whoever it is now, and like gets like, "Hey, we're doing this," and it's basically like, you better say yes or you're going to lose a lot of money because we've already been doing this type of thing. And so like you need somebody that they can trust and really run DC and make it its own studio. That would be fantastic. I mean, obviously we would all love that. So
just hire me, DC. Hire me.
Oh.
I will gladly structure out your DC world, show you how to do it, because you guys clearly have never read a comic book, don't know the characters, how to set up worlds properly. So it's I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, so moving on. Which one should we do? Well, let's do this one first. So there is another short, another show, another short that everybody knows. I'm just incredibly in love with. We had a whole thing about it last show. Yes, we did. Sir Logan has been watching this show for the very first time. And this week you just finished episode 3, right? You didn't go on to 4 yet.
No.
Okay. And that show is Watchmen. This is Logan's Watchmen hour, even though he's not going to be talking for an hour. Maybe he will. Who knows? I don't know. But this is where we get to hear his takes on the show.
Yeah.
I help him out a little bit, break it all down. We have fun with it. So I'm excited. You watched episode 3, brother. Nope. Lay it on me. What did you think?
So I don't want to do like too many spoilers. If you post spoilers in the chat, please don't. We're just not doing that because I'm only 3 episodes in. But I think this episode might be my favorite so far. I love how like as soon as I saw the woman who is, basically the main character in this episode, I was like, is that who I think it is? And I was correct. And I got really hyped off that. Because it was a thing of like, I really appreciate that you told me to watch the movie because I wouldn't have had that. This episode would have been nothing to me if I hadn't watched the movie. And so, to get their relationship between her and Manhattan, and it's just her, and like she says some fucking deep shit. I love how like it's like she's telling all these hero stories, and it's like going to hell, and I'm like, that's so
fingers. Like
it's almost so true. Like even if you are a hero, like you tried to be a hero, but you weren't a real hero in the eyes of if you're talking to God, God's like, you kind of like you tried, I guess, but like you didn't do this.
It was cute.
Yeah, exactly. So she was awesome. Also, that actress was freaking amazing. And then I mean, the reveal of good old Jeremy Irons being our boy, I was like, that was dope. And I started to figure it out, but like also,
you did.
I love how learning like, oh, like he's held captive, which we kind of figured that, like we learned that a while back, and then they were saying like, oh, he's pronounced dead, but some people think he's like out here, and like he actually is. Like it's like now I'm expecting flipping to Marvel, like is Captain America, is Steve Rogers really on the moon? Because like they keep like saying like, oh, he's on the moon, and it's like, oh yeah, he's out there just living large. He's he's gone, and that really is the case, and that's funny to me. But so Adrian over there making clones, and I'm like, I started figuring like, is he trying to make a way out, like invent a way out of there? And he's making all these clones and using them to experiment. So I was like, this is fucking dope is what it is. So yeah, overall, I mean, I really, really loved this episode. It was awesome. And then my little cousin, I texted him like a week ago and was like, go ahead and jump on Watchmen, and he's like, are you sure? And I said, yeah, you're going to love it. And see, what frustrates me is, I watch these on camera. It gets tough to have lights on you and all that. So, and I'm also just not a binger. And so I texted him today and he was like, yeah, I'm already done with episode 3. And I'm like, damn it. I'm like, you're already passing me. Like now we can't talk about it unless I catch up. And, but he's like, I freaking love it. Like he's already obsessed. He's in. And he watched when JVS and you were like on it. He watched that whole thing and was like, I gotta get into this. Like, so he, because he's 17, like he's all into this. So I loved the episode though. I thought it was really good, and a bunch of oh come on now, a bunch of interesting reveals, and like obviously we had like the suicide bomber scenario, which was crazy, and that's really like the only action even in this episode. And I think that's how you know when a story and a show is doing well is when there's no action in an episode almost. And it's my favorite episode. Like I could listen to these people talk, and it's the same thing. Like like we had with Falcon the Winter Soldier, like when they are just talking, we all love them, and so we're in. We don't need them, flying through the air and fighting all the time. We can just hear them talk, and I'm already like that. And I'm literally 3 episodes in. I'm 3 hours into these characters, and literally most of the time, it's that woman that just got introduced, and I'm like all in on her. I'm like, this show is
she's a fucking badass,
fantastic. So
yeah.
I wish we got more reveals when it came to the grandfather. I will admit, we kind of had the mic drop, if you want, at the end of this episode.
Yeah, it was short time.
And so it's like, is that car coming from him, or is it coming from Dr. Manhattan? Like she just, talk shit to. I think that's obviously meant to be like she thinks it's from Manhattan, but we know it's probably from this guy. And like, what's up with that though? I don't know. So interesting. But yeah, I dug this episode, and I loved how like I uploaded my reaction and then I texted you like a little while later and was like, hey, just so you know. And you're like, I'm already watching it or something. Like, all right, good.
But yeah, just finished. It's all
that's right.
Absolutely, yeah. I was on that shit because I got that alert. I was like, oh, and I was just about to get food too. I was like, I'm ready. So it's like, because I have a blast watching. Like again, if you guys have not seen his reactions to these, make sure you go and join his Patreon. It is truly amazing content. You get the full thing. You get to see him just ride out, have that true interaction, and it's good to see these things in the moment with him. It's truly a journey, and I absolutely love it. And I love the interaction between the main girl and Angela. And I knew you'd like that. Just those two,
it's so perfect,
battling off each other.
It's two badass bitches, and I fucking love that shit.
Because she thought she was gonna come and say, Angela's like, yeah, I run this, and boom, 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 and then it's just like, she's like, what?
It's like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I love that. So good.
It's like it's truly insane.
Yeah,
I love the interaction. And so, do you have, based on what you've seen, is anything clear to you yet on where things are going? Like, do you have like a full grasp on a character storyline or what happens or where they at?
Oh no,
none of that yet. Okay,
no. I mean, not at all, but I'm fucking loving the journey. I'll tell you that. And yeah, I mean, I will admit, I'm guessing everyone sees the finale of this and goes, fuck, I wish there was a season 2. Like what JVS just said. Like, I'm guessing we're all going to want more, but we'll appreciate what we get is what I'm hoping. Instead of like saying, oh, it should have continued or something like that. I'm hoping that I can just be like, oh, that was a fantastic, like, I want to immediately have to go buy it on Blu-ray as a season. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm loving it so far. It's keeping me on my toes, and I love that shit because it's rare for that to happen. So I really, really dig what's going on so far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I cannot wait till you get to episode 4. Yeah. Shit's just gonna start going. When can we be on the lookout? When are you shooting?
Okay. So I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm going to the beach on Thursday. And so I'm trying to figure out if I can watch it tomorrow, because I'm just dying to watch it, and I've been so freaking busy, it's not even funny. So of course I'm like, oh yeah, and then I'll go on vacation and right in the middle of shit, because also I heard a possibility of a Spider-Man teaser on Friday.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh fuck, that's about right. I'll be at the beach. So we'll go back to when I was doing them out of my car or something.
I'll be working.
So fun stuff. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna try to watch it tomorrow because I also haven't even watched the Bad Batch most recent episode. So we'll see. But I think Watchmen is more important.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. But so this just in.
Okay.
I got a lovely little gift, a nice little giveaway from a friend of ours. So he's in the chat. So you guys want to thank Sir JVS.
Oh.
We have a lovely little giveaway. So we have to think of a good question, like a good DC-based question.
Got it.
So we can ask the people, and the first one we see get it right, the right answer.
Dope.
We'll get the giveaway. So we have to think. So that will be at the end of the show.
Okay.
For this giveaway, it is for Justice Society World War II. So it is a downloadable code for you to have and to own. So be on the lookout for that. We'll think of some questions in the meantime, and at the end of the show, we will ask that question, and we will have a winner. Hopefully, we will see. Or I just might keep it for myself. Fuck y'all. No. But yeah, so we'll do that. So be on the lookout for that, guys. So, anything else you want to point out on Watchmen? We got what we got on.
I'm ready to keep going.
All right.
I can't wait to see what's next in that show. But let's move on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was a big movie that dropped, that had a lot of people's attention. We kind of already gave our thoughts a little bit on homie JVS's stream,
or a lot of it.
a lot of it. It was a madhouse.
It was so fun. It was so much fun.
House. Poor JVS was trying to just restore and have order and have it just was not working.
No.
It's hashtag Chinese cartoons. It was a whole there was a lot going on in that stream. Going on.
There was.
So
we had a guy in bed.
We did. It was just weird. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out and find out. If you want to go check that out, make sure because we're going to give our initial review right now, but please go check out that video on JVS's channel.
Yeah. We went off.
Full spoiler.
It was so fun.
We
are doing spoilers, I'm guessing. Currently.
Oh yeah, that is for sure a thing.
So Army of the Dead.
Would be anything else different.
Spoilers, guys. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Come back and be upset. All right, go ahead.
Yes, we are now in Army of the Dead territory. So, Snyder fans, unite. Here we are. So it dropped on Netflix. It happened. It was a movie. And we have thoughts. We definitely have thoughts. Logan damn sure has thoughts. I have thoughts as well.
Correct.
But the answer is it straight hot box garbage or is it gold? And we hopefully will have an answer to that by the end of the discussion. So Logan, I will let you take this off while I go tweet that we're now on Army of the Dead. So we can get as many people as we possibly can to cuss us out and wish us death.
So for Army of the Dead, for those of you that don't know, I posted a review or a rant literally 10 minutes after I finished it. As long as it took to come turn my computer on and set up, I just sat down and started talking. And I got some shit for that. I saw it like 5 days early, and I literally woke up the next. I posted it, finished the movie at like 11 p.m. or something like that. Made the video, posted it, went to sleep. I woke up I posted that on YouTube only, and I woke up to, when I tell you, 200 tweets at me where people had ripped it from YouTube and like were dogging me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you that maybe 1% of said people had actually seen the movie
and didn't know what a screener was.
And that is also very, very correct. People were like, oh, you bootlegged it. And I'm like, even if I did bootleg it, it still sucks. But also I didn't. So like, and so I'm having like post like proof that I have. And like, I have people commenting like, no, that is how Netflix does screeners.
Right.
But yeah, so Army of the Dead, at the end of the day, I don't know if I hate it as much as I did in that video. Like I've talked myself down but I'll never watch it again. And it's still garbage, but like, I don't despise it as much, I don't think. But then again, what we did on JVS's stream helped me a lot. And it was funny because the missus and I went and saw A Quiet Place 2 yesterday. And we're driving back home. And she's trying to keep me awake. So she's talking to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, I haven't even talked to you about the live stream that we did on Army of the Dead. And she was like, oh, God. She's like, yeah, I heard you screaming while I was trying to sleep. And I was like, yeah, that is correct. Mostly at John. And she was like, I was mad because I didn't hear you bring up how, like, obviously the love like triangle thing like came out of nowhere. And it's like, but you didn't. She was like, you didn't bring up how the main, or not triangle, but like how that woman was like, I didn't come here for the $20 million. I came here for you because I love you.
Gotcha.
And she's like, you didn't bring up how the main zombie comes out of that elevator, and for the only time in the whole movie, he breaks someone's neck instead of just biting them. And I was like, that's a good point. I'm like,
well, that wasn't Elf. That wasn't Zeus.
Well,
that was some random.
But it was like, it's a random. It's like, why are they doing that? Like, why are they breaking necks? They should want that woman. They should want that one is out of the millions in Vegas, only one. And like, it's literally just, it's not for the world. It immediately takes you out of the world and goes, this is just a cool idea that I had, where she's looking at the elevator and now she's looking at you like an idiot. And so forget the rules that we set up and let's just do this.
He was being petty.
And yeah. Petty. And so it was funny though, because she brought that up and I was just laughing because I was like, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, that's so true. Why did a zombie grab a woman's head with two hands and spin that motherfucker so hard? So overall,
he's trying to teach them new ways to be creative, to kill people. It's like biting is boring. Like sometimes you just want to choke a bitch. Like you just have to just
not quite.
And that was it. I thought it was hilarious given that moment.
Oh no.
I was like, wow.
I thought it was hilarious too, because we were already laughing, that going, why the fuck is she in love with him? Where'd that come from? And then she dies and we're like, what? Like, you just introduced a love thing and now she's dead? And like, we don't care at all about that. Like, you did that so bad and terribly out of order, and it was just hilarious. So
it was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, but overall, very disappointed. I have some other things that I actually didn't even get to bring up in the thing, but go ahead. Tell me what you think when it comes to Army of the Dead overall, or just whatever you want to do.
So let's get into this motherfucker. So I overall enjoyed this film. I did. So, and I'm gonna tell you why. I enjoyed it because of the potential. I enjoyed it because of what it was, the world that it built. And really like. It's not destroyed, damn it. You and Lucas. See, this is what happened. Y'all have to go watch it.
Oh my god, it was so good. I love Lucas so much.
Yes,
I'd never even seen him before. He was amazing.
It's funny because when I first met him, like I said, he was still that crazy, but we also had a lot of things in common and what we thought about things and stances and all that. So I was like, he's a really funny dude. But I was like, bro, that stream, I was like, I want to wring your neck right now. You just got to like, oh my God. But yeah. So the movie itself, I love the world that it built. I love the zombies that we got. It's something, and this is where we made the argument, it makes its own rules. So it's nothing to truly compare it to. There's nothing we can really label and say something has been destroyed, fucked up, or gone. We don't know everything yet. And we'll get into the reason why I originally thought why in a second. But I love the world. So you have these tiers of zombies, different tiers. You have the leader, the one test subject that got out from where the fuck he came from. We automatically assume the government. It always is. Vegas just the only thing quarantined. So we have intelligent zombies. You have smart. You have, who can fight and dodge, who can mate and get pregnant, which I also found interesting. I was like, oh, that's cool. I just overall love the world that it was. Now, whether the execution of the film has its ups and its downs, yes, it does. It has one of the most annoying characters ever in life that could grace a fucking movie screen or TV screen ever. When I tell you the rage and fury I felt for this character, in which it was the daughter, I wished her death immediately. Yeah. Like the minute she opened her mouth and tried to get cute with her dad, I was like, I need her to die. Yeah. And it only got worse. She single-handedly jeopardized every person that could possibly be or that was involved on that team. She completely had ruined the ending, got everyone just annihilated because of her. She was just god awful. And those of you who've seen the movie obviously know why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. The action was cool. The best part was the John Wick moment for zombies with Vasquez. She was a badass, even though she's never killed a zombie in her life. She's never killed a zombie in her life, but she immediately turned into John Wick once her life was on the line. Yeah. So that was great. some things, Zack Snyder is not the best with story. We know this. And it's like you set this whole movie based upon this heist. That's the reason why we're here. Yada yada yada. When it turns out the only damn thing you needed was a blood vial from a zombie. Why did you need to do any of this to achieve that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of almost got mad a little bit when he said that. I was like, you think no one gave a damn about that heist? You can keep that $200 million. All of that was just for this. Bitch, lure a zombie somewhere and be like, okay, gotcha. And that's it.
There's single zombies roaming right inside the door.
Chilling, scratching their
Shoot
balls,
the net
minding their business.
Or how about the ones that are sleeping?
Right.
The piles of them?
Right. The ones that are just sitting there like the I Am Legend fuckers are just like, they're hibernating. Okay, I heard you.
Like,
I'm just going to prick. Let me just pull that.
Exactly.
It didn't make sense. It didn't. We had throwaway characters. We did who didn't need to be there. But I say this because it was a fun movie for me. I had fun watching. It was entertaining. It's not the best movie in the world. It's not my favorite Zack Snyder movie by any means. But yeah, tell us your, and we'll go back and forth. I know there's some things that we'll just.
I mean, it was funny. So I talked to my boss, which my boss is someone, he is known for like anything science fiction at all. He's like, it's at least a B for me. Like if it's sci-fi, he's like, I'm in. What is it? And he watches it and he's like, I'll give it a B. And I'm like, it has a 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. He's like, but there was space. B. And I'm like, okay. Like that's just how he is. Like if it's science fiction at all. And so it was funny because Monday came around and I, of course I asked him about it. He watched it over the weekend and he was like, that was made for Netflix. And I said, yeah. And he goes, it really makes sense because it's perfectly in between being a movie for theaters and a movie that's straight to TV, like made for normal TV. And like on the Sci-Fi Channel, which he watches those and enjoys those. Like
Sci-Fi Channel. That is just disrespectful.
Yeah. And like he watches those like, Arachnado 87. He's like, oh, that's fucking whatever the fuck 87. It could be. Like he's, that's the thing. So it's like whatever it may be. And he's like, yeah, no, I mean it was terrible, but like it had zombies and blood and whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's right. And he was like, but it did really feel like it was made for TV. And I'm like, I get that kind of, because it's so outlandish in the writing. You don't look at it and go like, because normally you look and see the budget and you're like, obviously not made for TV, but the writing might as well be on Sci-Fi. How like by the end of it, you watch it and go, what the fuck was the point? And they're like, that's the point. Like you just wasted your time. Welcome to Sci-Fi Channel. Like, and so it's funny, but like people were saying in the chat, the daughter kills the whole team.
Gets them all killed.
For one human being. And that human being also dies. And the daughter never even brings her up. Never looks for her. Never cries for her. She instead cries for the dad that she hates.
God, it's making me
and like my boss was like, I was hoping the point would be that Batista would become a new kind of zombie or something. And he's like, and then she just fucking shoots him. I was like, that's correct. And he's like, what's the point of the whole thing? He's like,
I thought he was gonna become a new one too. To
right.
Be honest with you. Like I thought, like he like put the gun. He's like, wait, like I'm still or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But no.
And so it was funny, as you said. Vasquez had literally the best moment in the whole movie.
Yes.
And
Vasquez.
I could say that I loved everything about her character if they had one scene change where she did not go like this. And that would have been amazing. Whenever they asked, has anyone else not killed a zombie?
Oh, yeah.
And she's the only person that goes like this. And then you proceed to give
her and the safecracker.
Well, that's what I mean. The safecracker says, I haven't. And he's like, anybody else? And she raises her hand like, sorry, but I also am one of those people. And then she proceeds to have the best zombie killing scenes ever. And then and then she's dead. And because it's just all
stupid ass home.
Well,
and the whole team standing behind him.
well, how about her just go, hey, I don't like that guy. That guy tried to kill me. I was looking at him because my
And that
boss.
too.
I brought that up. I was like, she could have at least said to her friend that she was trying to sacrifice herself for, like, hey, don't trust that guy.
him.
And he was like, but she didn't know who betrayed her. I was like, you don't remember the scene where they're looking at each other through the door? And he was like, what the fuck?
Right.
He was like, you're
He
right.
literally locks her in.
And like made eye contact. So yeah, she knows, and she just didn't bring it up.
No,
Just
like that was
slowly
the
dies for no
dumbest
reason.
scenario ever. You have your homeboy who's watching her, and there's a gap period where she's by herself, and the zombies aren't even near her yet because she busted a window,
Yeah.
killed a few, and she's by herself. But for whatever reason, she's still like, trying to gather her feet up on her back. Her friend is literally just sitting there like, no.
I know, just
and the
terrified.
whole team is behind him. Literally, they don't even come into the fucking foreground of like the shot, like to be like, hey, we're coming to help. They're
Well,
all
that's
the way
not
back
hard
there
in this movie, by the way.
Right.
to stay in the stay out of focus.
Right. But I'm just like, he didn't even come up. Like him and the whole team are watching her get her ass beat. And I'm just like, this is stupid. And it's like, and then when she finally goes down, like you said, you at least could have been like, he's a fucking traitor or whatever the hell.
Right.
I was like, this is frustrating.
So what I look at, I look at it and I see like, okay, someone who really doesn't know how to write movies tried to do some sort of small arc where those two people were friends, because he had a third person, they backed out. Those two people were good friends.
Immediately.
And the point was the guy who was a badass online making trick shot videos killing zombies can't do it in real world scenarios.
Right.
And then the woman that has never killed a zombie is an absolute badass. But the problem is that is me trying to save everything that you did for those characters. Maybe that's not what he was thinking. Maybe he just thought that this would be cool. I don't know, but I think that's what he was trying to do. And he didn't even drop the ball. Like he fucking popped it and then threw it in a dumpster.
Right.
Like he did, like it was so bad. And it's that this movie is just full of things like that I can't believe. Like that's what my girl was saying. She was like, the problem is there were so many times that you and I looked at each other on the couch and asked how we were seeing this. Like she was, and that's the thing, she's not a big like movie critic or anything like that, but she was like, how could they have like filmed that and then put it out? And I'm like, and so it's funny to me that she thought that, and I think that for so much of this movie, but I do think that there is a hour and 45 minute to 30 minute version of this movie that is so damn fun. If you could somehow cut out everything with the daughter besides the ending,
just kill her.
Like, well, you can't recut that, but or yeah, just have her die in the helicopter crash and just end it there. And that'd be hilarious. And it's just like, oh, all was for nothing. So I don't know, but that's the thing. My rant video, I've never seen something turn around like this, where when I tell you that I think I've gained like 130 subscribers since a week ago, because, and not even that, since Friday, because people are coming back after seeing it and going like, so sorry, man. Like, you were completely right. I see why you were so upset. Like, you got my sub. And like, I've never experienced anything like that before. I've never heard of it happening like that before.
That's funny.
And it really is hilarious to see this. Like, I have people apologizing to me on the internet. Like, that's just not a thing. And they're apologizing and like, hey, I'm going to sub to you because like, now I see why you were just passionate because it was so bad. And I'm like, okay, thanks, I guess. Like, because you cussed me out and like said you wanted to murder me a week ago before you saw it. So it's pretty crazy, but I'm having a blast with this. And this is when I honestly don't think, like, I don't think Snyder diehards can really get upset that people aren't liking this one. Like, I don't think anyone is saying that this is a masterpiece. Some people say BVS is a masterpiece. Some people say Snyder Cut is masterpiece. Great. I can see those being a masterpiece to someone way before this one. And, you know, and so
for sure,
I don't love either of those that much, but I could see the quality of storytelling in both of those is better. than this one tenfold. So
Right.
with that being
It's,
said, it's kind of funny. But
I think I liked Batista in this. I did. I also
Liked
think the zombies were more interesting than the human characters,
Yep.
for sure. 'Cause like I said, there was throwaways, and then you had us focus on one bum ass security dickhead, thinking he was going to be the next zombie Christ. The way they literally followed and stuck with this man just for him to get bit. I was like, okay, maybe he's going to turn into some new thing we haven't seen yet, because they bit him, and then they like, did they drag him, or oh, they threw him in the pit, like the pool
Right.
thing. So I'm like, oh, what's about
and
to
you're
happen?
expecting some crazy shit.
Absolutely nothing. He comes back just to be a security hall monitor, zombie, and gets shot in the head by the daughter because her stupid ass needs some kind of redemption. So I'm like, or not redemption, but like a payoff.
Right.
So I'm like, this is utterly dumb at that point.
Can I ask you a question? This is actually me. I'm not trying to necessarily talk shit about the movie right now. Why did the women that she wanted to go save, the daughter wanted to go save, why were they kept aside?
No idea.
So I thought there were 3, and they said like, oh, they came and got one. And so I thought that they were doing what they ended up doing for the security guard. So that's kind of my point, is the security guard shows up and he immediately bites him, throws him in the pit, has this ceremony. But then it seemed like they were keeping these women to the side to also do that, but like they only do it so often or something.
I thought they were going to impregnate him
and
use him for that. That's what I thought.
And so that was the other thing, is either that or they are replacements for the wife zombie. Right. And because that's the thing. I mean, Queen. This whole movie has awesome ideas on zombies. Like they can impregnate, they have statuses, they have tiers, things like that. And then they kill all of those. Literally, like kill the wife, stillborn baby, kill the Zeus, and now we have one current zombie.
And it will live on through Omari.
And apparently. And so yes. Omari's just going to walk around trying to fuck people while he's zombie mad. And that will be hilarious, I guess. I mean, but yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to ask about that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So it's obviously, well, if we get a sequel, whatever, it's set up with the bite of Omari. We don't know if he's going to be the next Alpha or something new. But he's out there in the world now. It's past Vegas. Vegas is done and destroyed. But the bloodline, I guess, or if you want to call it, of Zeus and that zombie whole thing lives on through him. And it sucks because I was very, very excited about the prequel till I found out who it was about and what it was, which is utterly stupid. I don't need a prequel about a damn safecracker.
Has nothing to do with the zombies, which was the only good part.
It's dumb. Like, okay, I liked you in the film. You were funny. You had your moments. You had a little, whatever. You had your little moments with Omari. Y'all were like to stand out together. I thought y'all was about to get y'all freak on, but y'all ended up being good friends and sacrificing yourself. So all that good stuff. But now I need a prequel with you. Why? I don't see the necessity of it. I'm interested in the anime. We'll see where that can go. But just in terms of the story in the film itself, like I said, it definitely has a lot of its flaws. I don't feel as strongly about it as you do. There's a lot of points that you bring up. Obviously, I don't agree with, and sure. We've had that. But it's like, I mean, I guess it was okay. It was an okay follow up to the Snyder Cut. You know, after the hype is dumbed down and the Snyder Cut, this is a movie following it. I'll take it. It's good. I liked it. I'm more curious and love the world more than the movie itself. But I don't like the direction that they're going now with the world that they created that had a lot more interest about it, or intrigue about it. He just needs to work on characters and story, man. Like, Zach, if you could just ace that along with your visuals,
I mean,
boom.
What I really say, because obviously I'm guessing this was obviously his idea from start to finish. This is all Zach. And if I could give someone advice who's 10 times as, or I mean, literally.
Yes, you all heard that right. Omari and that safecracker at the beginning gave very much somebody's about to get fucked by the end of this movie vibes. Yes, very much so. I was like, that or somebody sacrificing themselves for one another. It was the latter.
Yeah.
But I at least thought they would get some action first. But no.
But oh god, what was I saying? Shit. I lost my train of thought. With Zach. So I'm guessing he wrote the script for this. And if I could give some advice, even though I am in no position to give someone of his success rate advice, it would be write your first or second script and then give it to someone else and let them go through it and possibly rewrite some things.
Sharpen it up.
Literally, like if he could just sent that to a friend that makes like horror or any kind of action that's story driven type of movies, and they would have been like, okay, let's move this around, let's not kill her yet, and like obviously like it will change the movie drastically in different ways. Let's not make the daughter an absolute just like make you wish that you weren't watching it while you're trying to enjoy this.
My gosh, you ruined everything.
Little things like that. And so I do think that this movie was one where I think Netflix, which Netflix is known for just greenlighting whatever, they'll give you however much money you want, just go make it. But I think that this was them saying, giving him his George Lucas moment. Go make whatever you want. We're not going to touch it. And this is what you get. You get the qualities of the prequels, which obviously people like the prequels more than they used to. But like the prequels used to be what destroyed Star Wars. And now it's episode 9. But, he got his moment to say, hey, Snyder Cut was supposed to be my thing, and then y'all took it from me, so now I'm going to go make this and show y'all what I can do. Faceplant. And it's like, bro, you should have had so much fun with this, just made a badass, fun...
Like it's light stumble.
Light stumble? He's on his hands and knees by the time he ends the stumble. He's on the ground. Because he might not have face planted, but like he barely caught himself. Because there's nothing redeeming about this movie by the end. I mean, you have one character out of a whole ensemble cast that's like, oh, cool. Like that's it, possibly. Because I still think that the plane would have crashed. But that's, whatever. So I definitely think that
damn plane.
like, I still think, I don't know about you, but like, if there was a zombie going crazy and it was coming after me and I'm flying a plane, I don't know if I'm going to flip autopilot on or like not nosedive it.
Listen, if he's cautious, like
who's cautious?
If he's conscious, like, Zeus and all of them are of his stature. If he's that kind of tier, he could just be like, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat these 2 chicks real quick. And I'm just going to let the pilot just ride out. And then once we land, then I'll kill him. That's it, as simple as that. But like, he's still smart. So I'd be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna eat y'all up. I'm cool. I'm gonna get to my destination.
I don't know if I'd consider them smart, but
yeah, Zeus was completely smart.
I don't know.
They're not
I don't know about that.
They're not fucking Stephen Hawking.
But one thing I do want to admit is that I don't really think I got to talk about in JVS's stream. The real thing that angered me so much while watching this was these are all the whole team. For the most part, are trained military, they're qualified.
Right.
Even the safecracker is qualified enough to go, oh, they just moved up the nuke by a whole day and we have an hour.
Right.
And even when the safe opens, there is no urgency whatsoever in the whole movie. Like I'm talking, they say like, oh, there's 9 minutes left. And then there's like 15 minutes of story. And then there's still 8 minutes left. And I'm like, what are you like? So like, that was the thing that like, it frustrated me so much. And I've talked to some other people about it. They were like, I think everyone can figure out a clock, whether you're a military personnel or not. Like you need to get out of there. And like they open that safe and it's short, but there is a slow motion scene of them all laughing. Oh, going like, yay, in slow motion. And it's like, you motherfuckers are on the clock right now. There is a nuke coming. Doesn't matter how much money's in that safe. You need to get out of there. And don't even,
Well, apparently
forget
they would
about
have
the
been
fact
safe
that-
if they stayed in the safe anyway.
Yeah, because how to get out. Anyway, but yeah, so but the sense of urgency thing really frustrated me, just because at least that would have given this long movie, get some urgency, get some speed going. It could still have the same runtime, but just like, we gotta go, like, let's go, like that. Automatically, you're in more, you're interested. When they're not worried, I'm sitting there going, why aren't they worried? There's a nuke coming. They're laughing, and there's 29
and knowing
minutes.
that there's so little time left, the daughter decides to go and do the most stupidest fucking thing.
Right. And like, don't even get me started on that. He can climb a whole skyscraper in less than 9 minutes. Like, and then also, so can Zeus, by the way, in less time than that, because he bites Amari and then is up there with them in that amount of time. And I'm like, what?
But that's the thing. I don't know when in that fight he bit him, because the camera was pretty much on them and showing everything. I was like, when the hell did he bite him? So I'm like, I don't know when that happened. I don't know if he got bit on the way out. I don't know. But when they were just throwing hands, his mouth was nowhere near him.
Sure.
So I'm like, I don't know. But we'll figure it out. But also, what frustrated me in terms of the reasoning.
Yeah.
And when I heard this, I was like, oh, Zach. The reason why they moved up the bomb, one of the nuke, for it to be on July 4th, because the president thought it was cool. I was like,
what?
What?
And then they move it last second.
What? Like, I did. Oh, I love that. Yeah, when Zeus was on the horse, I thought that was pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was awesome.
Oh my god,
that was pretty awesome. But yeah,
see
I was like,
Zach,
that's
awesome.
I do think that's awesome. Alpha Zombie riding a horse. That's pretty.
That's faster than a helicopter.
Oh, I didn't give a fuck about that part. I'm just saying him riding a horse was dope. But listen, if Caesar can ride one, Zombie can ride one. Whatever, let him ride.
Okay.
But yeah, so I thought that was just generally stupid. Yeah, there's a sense of urgency when that happened. Yeah. The whole side plot with the asshole and Coyote trying to get the blood sample and killing the queen and all that good stuff. I was like, you didn't need to do all. Sure, fine, whatever. Because the government needs to save their property so they can make more zombies and all type of dumb shit. I get that, but it's just like you could have found another way to like incorporate it so this whole entire heist thing didn't feel useless. I don't know. I don't know. Good try, Zach. I liked it. It was cool. You had a lot of issues. You did, but it was entertaining, and that's what I care about. This guy over here, you're not getting anything from him, so I'm sorry.
I mean, and that's the thing. This really, when I watch this movie, it has nothing to do with Zack Snyder. If this was anyone, I would be talking like I'd be laughing at them and like saying you did this wrong. It just happens to be Zack Snyder. And
that's true. No, I was saying what JVS said. It is his second zombie baby. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he had one Dawn of the Dead too.
Wow. But yeah, I don't want people to think that I'm a Zack hater. I'm not. I don't love a lot of his movies, but I don't go into his movie hating on it because it's him. I was so excited for this movie. That's the thing that frustrates me. This is like
very cool.
This happens all the time. The trailers were awesome. And then word of mouth was awesome. And so I went into this with expectations and I got nut punched. And so then I made a rant video and tried to knock some people down and say, hey, go into this with much lower expectations and you might really enjoy this film and can laugh at it and can also have fun and things like that. And I had a lot of people say, I'm glad that you did that because I at least could laugh at how bad it was in some moments and then keep going. Whereas me, I'm going the whole time. I'm like, critics that I really respect, like their opinion and how they speak about movies said, like one of them said, this movie is like Zack Snyder is right back on the train of incredible movies. It takes itself really seriously. It's a great zombie flick. Like, what a heist and what a cast. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, let's go. And then I go see it. And I'm like, how? How could you have said that? And so it's funny to me, but this is one I won't watch it again. And I also admitted on JBS's stream though, like Project Power on Netflix. Did you watch that?
I still haven't seen that.
Me either. Trailer was dope, and then I heard it was not a great movie, so I'm not going to watch it. I watched this because of good word of mouth, because it was Zack Snyder, and I wanted to see what was up. The trailers were awesome, and I got disappointed. I still haven't seen that one with Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson that came out recently on Netflix, whatever that's called.
The devil
all the time or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that. I mean, literally, I do not watch Netflix originals, and this is why.
Extinction was pretty awesome. Extraction.
Yeah, didn't watch it.
That's pretty awesome.
And so with that one, I heard the action's great. Story is not meant to be anything.
Phenomenal. This is the story you've seen 1,000 times.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know.
We didn't even talk about the fucking alternate universe. There's what
are you doing, man? Like,
there's like a multiverse. There's a damn.
He always tries too hard.
Zombies.
Like, let me throw every idea I've ever had into every movie I make and fuck them up. Like, because that's the thing. For
parallel
you,
timelines or some shit. I don't know.
For you, I'm glad that you enjoyed this and like you can look forward to a sequel. Like, I don't want Zach to waste his time on a sequel. I don't think it's worth it. You need to go try again, bud, because you fucked up the first one. Go make a new first one, and maybe you'll set up something that's better for a sequel or a franchise at all, because usually getting a brand new slew of characters and then killing every single one of them, but the worst one and then one other one, not the best call for a franchise. Like, you realize that he has to recast a whole sequel like a Knives Out, where it's an all new cast because Amari is now the zombie. So he can't be, the leader of a group or something like that. He is now on this side of the equation of the cast. So like, you have to come up with a whole new cast of characters. And in the first one, your best actor was Dave Bautista. So that already tells me that, you didn't have star-studded people lining up the first time, and they're not going to after this. So good luck. It's going to be fucking John Cena. I already know it.
It just might. He's popping up in every damn thing.
That's what I mean. He
right.
not say no to anything, just like Dave.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know. I liked Dave, but you have me. I'm intrigued. One big disappointment, I will say, it wasn't as gory as I wanted. All the gore came at the montage, at the opening. I was like, oh, this is about to be great. Yes, like it was amazing, like gore and shit. Nope, just headshots. I was like, whoa.
Headshots and one exploded skull from a tiger, which was
awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. But everything else, like, come on, where's the gore? That's the only thing I say was truly disappointed. It wasn't as gory as I wanted it to be, and as it led me to believe it was going to be. But that was really about it, honestly.
Yeah.
But, and other than really horrible ass characters, that was about it. So the true rating: is it garbage? Is it gold? Logan, I know you're gonna say gold, right?
This is I should have said, like, is it terrible or like diamonds, so that I could say like this is cubic zirconia. But like no, this movie's garbage for me. And I would consider garbage to be, if it's out of 10, it's like 5 or below, I would consider that garbage. So like, you have to give me a good movie, and this is not a good movie. And I loved what JVS asked on the live stream. Is it a good heist movie? No. Is it a good zombie movie?
It's all fucking pointless.
Yeah. Is it a good zombie movie? It tried, but not really.
I said yes.
I like the idea of the zombies, but it is not a good zombie movie. And so just those two alone, I quite obviously have to say,
good zombie film. Like
they're all dead.
What do you mean they're all dead? They all died at the end. Sure.
They got they weren't
9 times out of 10, every zombie film ends with them getting fucking nuked.
But the problem is, at the end of the day, they weren't even that menacing. they're playing with them and shit. Like, I don't know. Because I didn't even get to bring that up on the when they're trying to break the safe and they're trying to get to the safe and it has booby traps. They have apparently their own alternate universe dead bodies over there that they could be throwing down there. But instead, he keeps going down. He's microwaving hands and shit like that to get a new one every time. And I'm like,
walk a dead a dead skeleton corpse. You have to hit that. Like, you have to have a little weight to it. It's like just a little like clink, clink, clink. Like, you got to press it on. Like, it has to be pressure.
You throw them to the ground. You fucking throw them. And if it makes it that far without getting killed, then you continue.
That's an amazing aim to hit that precise with a skeleton. It's like,
they made a zombie walk on it.
Yeah, he just had to walk straight. I
just have to throw a skeleton that weighs 10 pounds, take all its gear off, and throw it.
You don't think it's gonna need a lot more pressure than that to activate that? Like, you have to like step on. Like, it has to be pressure, like step.
How? I mean, so a kid could have broke this safe easily? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, just walk on it. It's meant to do that. If anyone steps on a bitch and walks on a shit,
that's what I mean. Though, is it's going to be sensitive. It's only a multi-million-dollar safe thing. I bet you it's any weight when it's armed.
I guess that'd be weird. But I thought so. Like, here, throw this light ass little fucking.
If I'm protecting a safe with $200 million in it, if a piece of paper lands on that thing, it's setting it off. I mean,
that's also true.
So I thought that was funny though, because I'm like, there's literally objects that you could be throwing right now to see if there's booby traps, but instead they keep going down. Like, that's what no sense of urgency. Like, I think that might have even been before the nuke thing, like changed its time. If it wasn't, if they announced the nuke,
it was before.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
they changed that when they all got down there.
Okay.
That's like they found out. Like, we got a fucking hour or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
And he got mad that everyone was talking. He's like, keep them in silence.
Yeah, I need 30 minutes. It's like, you don't have 30 minutes is what they should have said. And instead they're like, yes, sir. And it's like, motherfucker, you can't get out of that place in 30 minutes. Like, it's just not a thing.
Yeah.
But
and it did piss me off. They did the little trope when it was like, okay, these zombies are literally about to bash in this fucking elevator, come down here. Let's go back for more money. Why? Like, you've had enough. Just get the hell out. Like,
are you wanting to survive?
Like, don't go for the money. Don't go for the money. I'm like, oh, they're going for the money.
Yeah.
There's always that greedy motherfucker. It's like, you see everything's like they're literally a punch away from coming down.
Right.
Let's go get the money. No. And then you're dealing with Alpha. I'm like, well, you're dead. Got it.
Yeah.
But I did like that he tried to box with him. That was cool. Didn't work out. Slapped him like a bitch. And it
would have been nice with the buzzsaw.
It would have been nice for them. There was a lot of build up for that buzzsaw.
Yeah, here you go.
Nothing.
In the heist scene, they have 20 minutes to clear all the money, but instead, leading lady is talking about her feelings to Scott. What? She's like, I'm not here for the money. I'm here for you. And he's like, well, I'm here for the money. So get the fuck out of my way, bitch.
Listen, love is love. You can't deny love. You know.
Tell me when we're at home, like when we're sleeping on our bed of money. Yeah,
we gotta go. And love don't mean shit unless we're fucking ashes. I'm just saying. Like, tell me when we're at the surface. But I was like, it's whatever. And welcome, Chard. Have you seen him in the chat?
I don't think so, but he's making great points here.
He is making great points. But look like we got some good people coming. We got a nice little, little live. It's got kind of lit in the chat. We got some 25 people. We got some new people. Again, if you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on Twitch, hit that follow, hit that like. Like I said, we do this all the time. We have tons of content for you guys. I just put the live chat in, or the link in the live chat for you guys to come and join us.
Join the stream, guys.
Yes. Ask any questions that you'd like. Here are the rules, though. You click the link, you come in and join. You ask your question. You give your thoughts on said question. We do not want to have it run on, and go into other things. So ask your question, give your thoughts on your questions. We will plug you as in,
plug your channel.
And all that good stuff. Just we're not Kevin Spacey. So you can, in that way, you'll be good. And we just want to be fair to people who are in the waiting room, so we're not running, too long and having them wait like crazy. So the link is in there now. Come hang out, give your question, and we'll answer it for you.
Okay, so what Chard just said is what I was talking about earlier. They took the helicopter to reach the other building to get the daughter, and the Zeus zombie gets there on the top floor with them. Like
that also pissed me off. Not the fact that he got there, is the fact that why are sitting there staring at each other?
Yes.
Get in the damn helicopter.
There's no sense of urgency. There's a nuke on its way.
Yes, she
And
is
they're
your
like-
daughter. You've seen this bitch's face before.
Yeah.
Get in the helicopter.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
Oh my God.
damn. I'm like, why are we here? This is stupid.
Thank you, Tiago. I appreciate
Get the
you.
hell on.
So funny, man. This movie, this is honestly one, if I ever watch it again, it will be with 5 friends with massive amounts of drinks.
I'm gonna say it's
to
a
where
drunk movie for sure.
It's
It's a drunk movie for sure.
But when I tell you that the writing of this, for me, is one step above like The Room and how hilariously written it is.
Wow. Okay, I don't want that.
But John, you got to realize, you got to go back to my comments and stuff. I had people telling me, you're missing the point. It's a parody movie on zombie movies.
When was that?
And I'm like,
established?
no, it's not. That's how fucking bad it is. And they're like, what? Like, they don't realize that it's not a parody. And that's what I mean, is like, it almost is a parody in the way that's written. We'll give you a character. She's never killed a zombie before. She's the best zombie killer there is. Now she's dead. And you're like, why did you even do it?
Right.
And then you realize that is the exact scenario of the whole movie. At the end, you go, why did we even do this? You needed a vial of blood. That's it. No heist was necessary. And then they all die anyway. Why did I even
Because of the daughter. Yes. Everyone dies.
Created by Zack Snyder as well, the writer of the movie. That's what I mean. Like,
and it's just
that should have been taken. Her whole character could have been taken out after the first round of script, and then he would have been like, "This could be a really fun movie if I just take her out, take all emotion out, and just go."
She should have got turned into a zombie and have Batista kill her ass too. She would have a little bit more emotional payoff for him. Instead of his character getting no kind of emotional like payoff beside the sad excuse we did, because, like I said, I liked him in this movie. I felt for him because the daughter was such an asshole and he was really fucking trying. And when they finally had a goddamn breakthrough, this dumb bitch, sorry, Nana, and everyone that's watching for calling this female a bitch so many times, but she rightfully deserves it.
She actually was.
She rightfully deserves it. Like, yeah, I'm so sorry. You know, I thought you hated me because I killed your mom. It's like, oh, that's because you never asked how I was. You never came around. Okay, we're getting some ground. We're making that for it. Cool. David Batista's like, yeah, hoping we could just, kind of move forward. Like, what do you think of this food truck I'm trying to do? Fuck you. I spent so much time hating you. I can't even try to. What are you doing? Like, she pissed me off. Like, bitch, why? We literally just die. I hope Zeus comes right now and punches a hole in her head. It didn't happen. Like,
the fact that she's the only one that survives the helicopter crash.
The most annoying one, the worst character of the whole movie is the only one to literally survive. And the main reason why you fucked everything up, you literally got killed in the process.
Correct. And didn't care, by the way.
Nope, didn't look for where's Rebecca, Greta,
yeah, what was her name?
What the fuck is like
Gita or something like that.
None of that. And it's like you taking on the responsibility of other people. She has 2 kids. Not your fucking problem. She chose to go do that.
Right.
Oh, no, I'm responsible.
It would have been so much like if she was like, I'm going to take these kids. I'm not going to go in there and be stupid like the mom.
Because these kids need someone. So I'm going to go and try and get myself killed too.
Correct. I'm going to go kill everyone.
All right, I'm going to go kill my dad real quick. So y'all just stay here. I'll be back. Hopefully I make it. We'll see. Like,
I hate to say it, but like, John, for instance, if you got 2 incredibly adorable puppies tomorrow, and then I asked, and then, something went down and somebody said, hey, I want you to do this for me and I'll give you $15 million. And I'd go, sweet, let's do it. And then you go and say, hey, I'm trying this new thing. I'm going to go skydive, no parachute. And I'm going to be like, hey, I probably wouldn't do that. And be like, nah, man, it's for my kids, it's for my dogs. And I'd be like, what do you mean? And then you go do it anyway. I'm not going to like the group that might give me $15 million. I'm not going to sacrifice their money and my own to save you for doing something stupid that you chose to do. I love you. But if you want to be that dumb, I'm going to bask in my money while I take care of your dogs. Man. Right. I mean, so
facts. like she's so stupid. Her dad was like, literally, I'm doing this for you. I give no fuck about the money.
Right.
$15 million is yours.
Yeah.
Keep your ass behind. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Thanks,
All
Dad.
right.
We can start talking about this forgiveness thing. I don't even like,
Yeah.
like nothing. She's just so stupid. Oh, come on, Zach. Do better.
All right.
Do better. All right, guys. So we have some people in the waiting room right now. Yes, we do. I'll put the thing up one more time. If you want to come join us again, just because you're joining us live does not mean you have to show your face. You can just come on, use your voice, talk to us. So don't be camera shy. It's okay. You're fine. So if you want to jump in, don't be shy. The link is there now. Come in with us. So,
Gorilla, you're so right.
huh?
He said,
and then when one of them shit, they stood there and laughed like, what the fuck? Yeah, facts. Facts.
That's what I mean.
Facts.
Like, you watch them all die, and then you laugh when you trip. It's like there is a zombie murdering everyone over there.
And he's like 2 feet behind you.
They go like
over the hill.
They go 10 feet over hill and are like, we're good.
Like,
I'm sorry.
He didn't just kill like 5 soldiers in a matter of 2 seconds, like zigzagging folks.
And then immediately he's like, oh, we're being hunted. It's like, you fucking
stop down here and laugh. What? What are you doing? For such a strong opening, I was like, that's stupid. This is dumb. What are you doing? The world went to hell over a blowjob. Ain't that something? Jesus. All right. Well, Logan, you have a choice.
Okay.
You have some options, as it were. 1 through 5.
Damn.
Which one do you pick?
5.
So, coming in at number 5 is none other than JVS. What it do, brother?
Hey! What's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody?
What's on, man?
Not much, man. I thought I would just crash the party for a little bit.
Sure.
Hey, you can come crash it. Come crash it, man.
Hey,
so so what's going on? So now that it's JVS, so 1 through 4. 1 through 4. It's
correct.
1 through 4.
Okay.
Homie, so he's not a question. Okay. Well, let's go backwards in order. So let's go 4. Let's go 4. Well, coming in at number 4 is Sir Tyler.
Hey.
Nice.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Not much. Just got off my new job, and I'm tired as heck.
Well, sweet. Congrats on the new job.
Thank you. So I haven't seen Army of the Dead because I just don't have Netflix, and Netflix doesn't really offer me anything good anymore, to be honest.
Spoiler alert.
But
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
I won't. This one I will say, but I won't spoil anything. I am on episode 9 of Watchmen because of you guys, like literally all of you guys.
Hey. Yes, sir.
Damn,
yes, sir.
see, I wish I could binge like that. I just can't do it.
Just get it over with. This film.
Dude.
I know, man.
Release it.
I need to.
Because you won't be disappointed for doing it.
I know.
Okay, anyways, too many people here. Anyways, so because of Watchmen, like I said, not a spoiler, but also previous other like superhero movies and shows I've watched, especially with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when somebody gains power, or even a special or an inhuman type of ability, like Lamar Hoskins says in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that makes somebody more themselves.
Useless.
And this is including like character flaws as well, because everybody has that, right? So my question for you guys, and this is just a silly one, if you guys were given superpowers, not exactly a superhero, but if you were given superpowers, how would your character flaw define you as a superpowered being?
Ooh,
Damn.
that's really good. Well, let's start off with you, brother. What would be yours?
Yeah, you got an answer for that?
Right.
Yeah, my character flaw is pretty much my anxiety and my paranoia about every single thing I do.
Oh, God,
And so if I was given superpowers, I'm literally going to be worried about if I blink, if lasers are going to pop out of my eyes. And then also if I choose to, use it for, good. I'm always gonna, second guess if I'm doing the right thing, if I'm keeping the
Right.
people I care about safe. And like honestly, even though I bash on this character a lot, I could see myself a lot like John Walker in that type of aspect. The guy who's
Sure.
just so worried about keeping everybody safe that literally controls him, and then he ends up doing something that is not so Captain America.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I can see it defining me.
That's
Very interesting.
that's a really interesting question. That's deep.
I think I got one. I got
Right.
one, and I'll talk about how this is gonna mess me up. I would love to have super speed on the level that I could duplicate myself, or I could go and travel from point A to point B. But for me as an individual, I would have a huge problem with not changing things. Like knowing for a fact that a person could die or something's about to happen, and I could technically go back in time to stop it. Like my personality would be like, I have to do something. I have to stop this. I have to involve myself, and that's more than the responsibility that I can emotionally handle. And I think that as much as I would love to do it, I know that that would be my constant breakdown, because it's kind of like, imagine something happened to a family member of mine's, and like it just happened without me knowing. And I'm like, man, I could go back and stop this, or I can go and super speed them to do something else. And yeah, I think that would be my pitfall with something like that. I just wouldn't be able to handle it emotionally, honestly.
Damn. But also, Prince Akeem, where can the people find you? Because I'm loving that little hoodie you got. It's very tribal.
Oh, my cheeky. Thank you.
Yes.
You can find me on TikTok. It is TCAM_2K16.
Yes.
And that is all the information I can give at this point.
Gotcha.
Sounds good, brother. But
All
we
right.
appreciate you coming by. Great. That's an amazing first question.
It's
by
a great
the way.
question.
It was really
Yes, sir. Stick around. Keep the conversation going. And of course, hopefully we'll see you next week for sure.
Yes, sir. You guys have a good one.
Yes,
Later,
sir.
man.
That
Okay,
cheeky
so-
was fire. But,
So that's my answer, because the power that I would pick is probably like teleporting or something.
Mhm.
And that's also the thing. It's kind of, my problem would be I would not have the discipline to not immediately out myself over and over again. Like you have to keep a secret identity. That's one thing the MCU like doesn't do well yet, is like, unless Spider-Man's about to show like Aunt May get fucked up or something because Peter Parker's name is out there, but like being out there hasn't really messed with anyone too bad. But in real life, you couldn't out yourself, for like governments coming after you, things like that.
right.
And like, whether it's saving someone, whether it's me just poofing all over the place, just fucking like doing Looper, and then eventually getting cut, or not Looper, what's the Jumper? Do y'all remember Jumper?
Yes, sir.
with Hayden
Hayden
Christensen.
Christensen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not a great movie, but also a fucking great movie. Like, you could watch it a
Yeah,
million
it's fun.
times.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a great concept. It's really
yeah,
good.
exactly.
Very fun.
And like, that's what I would be, but I would definitely mess up, because I'd either be trying to save people, I'd be trying to travel, I'd be trying to mess with people that I probably like, because that's the thing too. Like, I'm like a prankster, so it's like tripping somebody or something, like just like teleport and like trip you, or like right now, like I would just teleport in front of all the people on the live stream, like right next to John, scare the shit out of him, and come right back here and be like, I don't know what y'all are talking about, like, and so that's where it would be a thing. And if we're getting anxiety involved, yikes.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm out. But
Do
no,
you think
that's
it'd be better for you to be a villain as opposed to being a hero with that power?
I am that's what I'm afraid of, is I do think I could eventually become a villain, because people would come after me, and I don't have the heart to be like, oh, they're just trying to do what's best for the world. I'm gonna be like,
Nah,
I'll just teleport, grab them, teleport, in space, and then just drop them. I'll do that 1,000 times. I don't care. Let's just see how long it takes me to get rid of all you guys, if you want to really mess with me. So that's what's so bad, is I'm not like, that's why Steve Rogers was my favorite character, because he is like somehow perfect. Even in like when he's making the hardest decisions, he somehow makes the correct one. And some people can also look at him and say, you're making the wrong one. But I like resonated with him because he really thinks he is. And a lot of people do too. And I'm not that. And so I think that it would be trouble for me. I'd be a Magneto by the end of everything. I'd have my own team of people that I'm like, they hate us. Like, fucking murder them. Like it'd be terrible.
That's
John,
funny.
what you got?
I don't know how this would work into my flaws or something like that, but it would be just incredibly amounts of just impossible fucking super strength. But I don't know how, because like I obviously anxiety and depression run my fucking life, but I don't know how that aspect would play into those things.
Sure.
If anything, I feel like it would take a lot of time of me learning, because that's something I've always wanted and thought would be so fun as hell, to just be in like a superhuman fight and shit, like punching people through 10 walls. I feel like I'd go out there like, what? like what are you doing? Like, what's happening? And just like getting in
Why
fights.
would you
Like,
do that?
But it's for bad people, not just random people.
Right.
But even the fact I shouldn't be going out there just trying to find the shit, like I should be productive about it. But I don't know how it would play into the flaws. That's really different.
It would be like an Omni-Man situation, though,
right?
Because there is nobody with superpowers like that. Like
you're
could
alone
go potentially flick somebody and their skull just goes out. Like I think that it'd be a two-hand foe. There's not necessarily anybody you can fight. You'd always deal with the Superman problem. Superman problem is he's always got to hold back. And then the other side of it would be that everybody would want you. Everybody would literally be like, I need to use you for this. Like, we need you to do that. And I don't know how that would how would you handle that emotionally? I think that would
I think I'd be depressed, because I would be alone, because that would suck, because like, okay, I'll be with somebody, they may not live as long as me, or they do whatever. Like, even though I'll be happy that I'm living because I'm one of those who wants to live forever, because death utterly frightens me. But I think I'd be depressed, like, damn, like I'd be alone for this and I keep losing loved ones. But I think down the road I'll end to just be like, okay, I've accepted it now. Right. But I think that'll be it. But anxiety always come like, wait, shit, did I do it right? What did I do?
The anxiety thing is also like, I would be a villain at some point, because like what he just said, all of a sudden I go from like nobody giving a fuck about me to like, oh my God, we need you. That's a great question. That's a great picture as well. But like, I do think, especially like in the YouTube game, it's like, man, I got 50 views on that video. It's kind of ridiculous. And then all of a sudden I get powers and everybody's like, we want you on TV. We want you on this. We want you on that. Like, we want to make you a big celebrity. And I'm like, man, fuck all of y'all. Like, and so it would be because I'd be like, y'all don't actually like me. Y'all like this or like that. So I can see.
I wouldn't be so easily succumb to that for sure. They'll be like, no, I'm good. If I need to do some shit, I'll figure it out for myself. Thank you. But all right. So, brother, you have 1, 2, 3, obviously.
3.
Okay. That would be, I don't know where he's at right now, sir.
Okay. You want me to go to another one?
Nope, he's gone. All right. 1 or 2? 2. And that is
versus Ronan.
Sir Jedi Mike.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Hey.
What's going on, brother?
How you doing?
What it do? Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, no problem. I apologize for missing your live stream, JBS, the other day, because I've been getting things in order, working and stuff. But and I can finally announce that the channel's coming fully next week. I got the equipment built. I got the ring light. I haven't hooked up the webcam, so I still look a little bit pixelated. But yeah, everything's going good. But
awesome, man.
Thank y'all 3, and even more creators not here. But like, you guys are just motivating me, putting this platform out there. But let's go on to it. I messaged y'all. And thanks tonight for the follow. But I messaged y'all privately, JBS and Knight, about this. But this woman.
I love it.
Listen, because like one thing I feel like, I think me and Logan, I think you and I think very similar here, because like when I went to the theater, because I saw you guys' review and everything, but I purposely brought my notepad about this, because I'm just saying like, what's going on, and once I saw the theater, I was like, okay, my reaction was like, if one is as long as hell, I'm just like, I'm tired. But then I'm like, let me
only
go
one
watch
that
it
didn't
back
feel
on Netflix. Because really, the only thing I could remember about that movie that frustrated me was just the ending. But then I went to go look over again Netflix, and we'll go over again. I just could not stand this. Oh, the Kate Ward, the character Kate. Oh, I just can't stop hating you. Whatever.
Basically.
Like, I was like, Batista.
Exactly.
I'm just like,
That would happen before she
But
went into the
Batista
damn
bombed
quarantine.
her straight through a table.
And
Yeah.
seriously, and then man, it's just like I just understand the character development. This is just like, all right, we're literally here in this post-apocalyptic future, and we have allowed still have this plot armor of wearing. I can still look like I have an outfit from Rue 21, or and with no sleeves on, no body armor, and I won't get bit or anything like that.
Yeah.
But no, I got my homeboy Amari Hardwick. He just get out of nowhere. He just got bit. And I guess when black people get bit, it's a delaying process. I guess the whole stereotype. We can survive sunburns. We can survive nuclear radiation. I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I'm just like, have a whole list of this stuff here. And what is actually, and my question going to this is like, is this the bar now that we have as film fans? Is that this is what we have to meet in terms of what is content? Is this the bar? It's like, name me a movie, and I guess like in recent years that we all fully agreed on that this was actually a really good movie. And like it's been a consistent pattern of being divisive, like, well, I like this, or hey, if you can just take your logic and brain out the window and just experience for what it is, then yeah, I'm like, no, are you telling me to experience something, and telling me how I'm supposed to experience a movie? Yeah. That's like saying like, oh hey, well, you can enjoy Lord of the Rings, but if you're a science fiction person, I think just take that out the window. No, if it's good content, it's good content, right. And to me, this is complete malpractice. And I'm not going to Zack Snyder about this or anything, but this is just a consistent factor. I've been watching this. Like, you have undeveloped plot armor, you have meaningless storylines, you have consistent things that are actually good ideas. For example, this is my biggest frustration with the Teen Titans series on HBO, now going to be on HBO Max. But season 1 and season 2, they had good things in there in terms of writing, but they just lackluster in the finale where they don't pay off. For example, the zombies, the military thing, like, okay, we're going to the concept of it is good, but concepts while execution and actually proper deliverance is nothing. So I'm saying this is like, what is actually the alien? Is he alien or anything like that? That's what it is, because there was this blue substance and energy coming out of him, and with the child, with the queen when he got to the baby and everything. What was that all about? And what's the affection? Where is the root cause of this? Are these military guys trying to create super soldiers or the military drones? But then at the same time, this is the worst blowjob in recorded history. The fact that we get to a zombie apocalypse that happened is, and then we call the military HQ. Oh, yo, it got blown up. What we do? Yeah, get the hell out of there. Wait, hold up. Wait, you told me, you didn't even tell me what we're carrying here, and it just out here and anything can happen. It's just like and it's like, no, get out of here. And then slowly the stereotypical, I'm gonna close up to the dark bits. I hear some sound move. I'm gonna come closer and closer. And a guy like, hey, yeah, get away from there. It's like, get the hell out of there, nigga. I'm just like, come on, man. But no, but yeah, I'm just sorry. It just
oh my god,
it's the thing. It's like, we have an airplane. What was the point of her leaving and then coming back? Where was she going? Like,
just
what
wasting gas.
So
I wouldn't have bet that was completely different
this movie.
when they filmed it originally. I bet you they completely changed that.
Right. I understand there was a person
Tig was put in.
Right, there was a character they had to edit out and stuff like that and everything. Yeah. But even then, like, the soul saying, like, hey, I'm staring at you. Like, as we're just getting on the damn helicopter and getting out, so Zeus, he would have made it. And like, you still have bullets, man. Like, Batista, why did you shoot at himself, saying, because there was a quick shot when he saw him come, he's like this. Instead of saying, blowing this motherfucker, I'm just like, come on. Like,
I don't know if that was,
what's that say?
I said
the
actual villain. It said it was Zeus and stuff like that. When the actual villain was actually Kate.
That's correct.
Yes.
You feel completely taken out here. I'm like, you know what? Shades, go here. Like, where's your hall pass? It's right here, point blank, broad daylight, and just keep it moving. This is
so
not
clearly
bad.
You did not like this movie.
Yeah.
So did I miss what the question was? Was it the standard? Was that the question? The standard?
The standard. What is this?
Okay.
As film fans, is where we're asking as expectations of like, is this the bar that we have to meet? Where it's just like, oh, I guess it's just okay. So therefore, we just have to accept this. It just this is a consistent factor to this.
Okay.
I think film fans deserve more.
That's a great question.
Especially with a $100 million budget. This is and indie films can just do this, and do an execution of writing. Like I said, don't put your universe before your characters. I don't care you have a prequel series. If it's not no good characters, not good storylines, to me it's nothing. So that's my frustration. But anyway.
Heard you loud and clear. Yes, sir. All right.
His mic is burning.
Right. So where can it be? Do you want to plug your new channel now? Or you want to wait till it's out?
You can wait till that out, but it'll be the same name, Jedi Mike 7. That's what it'll be.
Awesome.
I just want to thank you guys, and I'll see you on the stream. But yeah, man, the peace to y'all, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you,
sir. Coming in hot, Jedi Mike. Yes, sir. Take it easy, bro. See you next week.
Wow.
All right. So can I answer this really quickly? Because this is what I've been saying. And other people like the movies, whatever.
Made that movie his bitch.
He really did.
I was like clenching this because I felt bad.
So we had three big movies. If you want to include Army of the Dead, we had Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, and Army of the Dead. And I was vastly disappointed in all three in different ways, different reasons. But I saw people that I respect in reviews that I love to, I love how they break stuff down. One of them being Chris Stuckman. He is my favorite reviewer. He's literally one of the reasons why I ever decided to make a channel, period. And I want to say for Mortal Kombat and Godzilla vs. Kong, he was just giddy, had a blast. And in both of them, he brought up, he's like, it's been so long since I was in a theater. This was exactly what I wanted. Couldn't have asked for anything more. And I'm like, hey, man, you've been probably watching nothing but good shit for a year. Because that's we've only had, old stuff to watch. Yeah. And it's like, where are your standards at? Like when does the bar get raised back to normal? Because none of those three scripts ever were good enough for the properties that they were actually for. And so that was always my question. So I'm glad Jedi Mike asked that, because I can say, and I think JVS can also say, that A Quiet Place 2 is good, minimum good. I would say, I think there will be a consensus that it's good, at least. Unlike, the up and down that these previous movies had. So it's like, I'm excited because the bar is being raised.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that this whole thing of like, I was just glad to be back in a theater. I hope that goes away. I don't need content just for content. Give me something worth watching, because I can watch something for 30 minutes and I can say that was a waste of my 30 minutes. And if you make something that's 2 hours and 30 minutes, probably going to say that's a waste of my time if it's not very good. And Army of the Dead was. So I liked the question, because that's what I've been saying, man. We need to raise the bar back up.
Yeah, I would agree. It's kind of like we've been given so much during this pandemic just to try to find entertainment in and of itself. So it's kind of hard. And most people now are just like, man, like I'm back in the theaters. I'm just happy to have the experience. Yeah. I get it.
Exactly.
But there's been in the past, this year and last year, it was two different films that I was really surprised by, that I was like, man, this is just a really good film. There's a movie called The Boy Behind the Door. I saw it at a film festival. It's not out yet. But basically the premise is you have two middle school kids. They literally are just going to a baseball game, and all of a sudden they get ambushed. And one of the kids wakes up in a trunk of a car, and he realizes they have both been abducted, and he has no idea where they are. And he realizes that his friend is somewhere in this house, possibly getting tortured or worse. And so the whole premise is, does he go back in the house and save his friend, or does he not? The reason why the movie is so good is because they break it down and make you care about the characters. It's shot very well. The story fleshes out perfectly. And it's kind of like that is what the embodiment of a good film is.
Yeah.
Like it can have great action, it can have jump scares, it can have great cinematography, have good visuals. But if you don't care about the characters, it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
If it doesn't have good principle storytelling, it doesn't mean anything. And if it doesn't seem practical enough to make you understand what they're trying to say, I mean, the director and the writer, then it's lost you. And that's why I kind of brought up in our private chat A Quiet Place. The first Quiet Place, not even just the second one. The second one is great from a world building standpoint. It was amazing. But the first one, I mean, the concept, when you're in the theater and just watching it, you're listening in. You are zeroed in. Like the suspense is like gut-wrenching, right? And it's being acted so well, being shot so well, but it's a basic premise, but it's so good. And that's why nobody can ever say it's not a great film. And I think that's what we need to strive for, I guess, as critics and content creators. That's what we're holding for a standard. It's kind of hard because you want content.
Right.
Like you don't want to have nothing, then we'd be out of the job. But I think that there's something about us kind of showing it with our vote and with our rating for film and television that I think can make the difference, especially in a world like Rotten Tomatoes, unfortunately. But,
right.
True. I'm going to answer mine after we let Ronan in because I don't want him waiting all night. So I'm going to answer that.
Mr. Ronan.
After then. Yes, sir. You ready? Sorry, sir. For being patient.
Sorry, man. You got the last one this time.
That's okay, guys. I was just laughing my ass off. I'm like, oh, Jedi Mike, that's it. I wish I had a towel and I'd be like, oosa. It's all good, man. That's it. Let it out.
I'm in a steam room. Bro, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I am good, man. So yeah, a lot has happened. Eternals trailer was amazing. That music choice was beautiful. I'm like, oh, finally people can hear it. I don't have to put people like, oh, let's listen to this old 50s, 60s song that is really well. Army of the Dead, I liked it, yet I completely understand where Logan and everybody else comes from. And God, what's funny is that Jedi Mike was going off on the actress Ella Purnell, not the actress, but the character she played, Ella Purnell. And all I could think was when I first saw her, I just paused the movie, put Aaron Carmen in the background, just put all by myself. I fell in love with this girl. I'm like, God damn! I will go to Las Vegas for you. I will rescue you. And then throughout the whole movie, I wasn't complaining. Throughout the whole movie, I wasn't complaining. And then she goes off, and I'm like, oh. Damn.
I mean, yeah, she's cute as hell, but I'm just like,
right.
I feel you, man. Yeah. I feel you. But my question is, even though we might have high or low expectations for a film, and let's say we come off one that we didn't like, do you guys still find it intriguing enough to go to see the making of it and just getting any more material to go see what went into it, the making of it? A good example I like to give is, and I don't want to open wounds or stuff like that, but The Last Jedi. I like the movie, yet there are moments that makes me want to pull my hair out and be like, what is this? I get what you're trying to do, but there should have been a plan to get this, because it's all very jarring when I look at 7, 8, 9. And the weird thing is that I've seen what's it called? The director of the Jedi, the making of that movie, more than I've seen the actual movie.
So good, yeah.
Amazing.
And it's same thing with the Phantom Menace. That documentary making of is amazing. The movie, that's a whole nother conversation. But I mean, do you guys still? You think that's an odd thing? What do you guys thoughts about that? Because I mean, Army of the Dead, I liked it. It's not great, but I'm following that series on YouTube that Zach's doing of like 4 episodes of how he made it from the opening credits to the cinematography. I find that fascinating as hell, especially from Zach's point of view.
Sure.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And those were your two, what you thought, you'd like to see, or how do you feel personally, I should say, about that? I
feel this is coming from the guy who I grew up with watching Waterworld and know it's not a perfect movie, and I own it. And I own Cowboys and Aliens. I know that's not a perfect movie, but it's weird. I find that even stuff that we do not like at all, like that movie, there's got to be something good about it. Either the way they move the camera, the music choice. I know a lot of people don't like the Watchmen movie. I really, really like it, and I mean, I just bought the soundtrack. And like I put that in and get the graphic novel. There's something to be taken from. Even The Last Jedi.
Sure.
I know where Ryan Johnson is coming from, and I'm like, that is good.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a plan at all for these movies.
Yeah.
There was a plan to make movies, but from beginning to middle end, it was even I own them on Blu-ray, and I can still be like, it's jarring to follow the thing going
most
forward.
definitely.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
That's my 2 cents.
Another great question. So I'm going to have
Yes.
fun with these two
Really
for
good.
show. People, where can people find you, good sir?
People can find me at Ronan Unchained on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I'm doing the Bad Batch series. Loki is around the corner. That Last Night in Soho trailer was exceptional. I'm glad Edgar Wright is bringing another movie again because Baby Driver is glorious.
Yes, it is.
Awesome,
yes, it is. All right, brother. Appreciate
Great question.
it.
Thank you, man.
All right,
Stick
Ryan.
around.
Take care,
Yep.
Keep the chat going. I'm sure we will see you next week.
Continue, JVS. Thanks, guys.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
you too, man. Take care.
So that's interesting. And I think me and Logan kind of are on the same page and actually have this dire need and want for the same exact movie when it comes to behind the scenes making of all of that. I think it still needs to be a thing. I don't know why the hell it left, to be completely honest with you. But we've been begging to need something like this for Endgame or just the Infinity fucking Saga, whatever.
Mhm.
That's such an amazing thing to have with film.
Yeah.
And I hate that it's literally just disappeared, just poof, gone. We don't
Right.
care about it anymore. Just because, especially now that everything's going into streaming, doesn't matter. Put it on streaming then. Like, people still care about how you made the magic that they love. And
Yeah.
it just sucks that it's a forgotten art now and it's just completely gone. Because, like, can you imagine, like, an all-out just 10-year period of the making of the Marvel Universe or just Infinity War and Endgame?
Just a 4-hour
Just those two,
making
like,
of Infinity War and Endgame would be
it would be
unreal.
insane. That'll probably be the best fucking behind-the-scenes
Yeah.
making of feature ever in life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why rob people of that? And so I think it still needs to be a thing. I hate that it's gone at this point because it's rare you ever see it. And if we do, it's the lamest fucking features you've ever seen in life.
Right.
I'm like, why is this? What? So that's my 2 cents on it. I feel.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I like that he used The Last Jedi and Star Wars as an example because the director in The Jedi is phenomenal. And as someone who really does like The Last Jedi, it helps me. But I don't think anyone can say whether they hate it or love it. If they watch the making of, they know that at least like the passion that Ryan Johnson had, like you could just see it. And but what I also loved about that was they didn't cut out like the problems. And like in The Director and The Jedi, they talk about budget and they talk about how like, you know, they're trying to, you know, we need to build a set here, but we're not done shooting it because this got delayed and we need to tear that set down and build another one in its place. And it's ruining all the schedule and all the problems. And then you watch something like for the Rise of Skywalker and it's all happy joy, even though we know that there was some shit going on in the making of that movie and it felt like it. And instead they cut that kind of stuff out. And like, could you imagine if they released a making of where they were like, screw it, we're going to add a Palpatine storyline after we've shot everything and like stuff like that. And like how unreal that would be. So I most definitely say I love the making ofs, especially because I just love the filmmaking process. I love to see how stuff like that goes. And like, it was funny because the Last Night in Soho trailer, I watched it on my lunch break today. And there's a moment where the two girls are looking at each other and it's supposed to be a mirror, but they're two different people. And so I'm like, I wonder how they shot that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Literally this morning I got to work and we didn't have any jobs. And so I was on YouTube and I watched a video on mirror shots and like the magic of it. And it was like a 20-minute video. My boss and I are just sitting there just engrossed in like how they do it in different ways. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I still don't know how they just did that one because like, I'm wondering, is it a duplicated set and they're just looking at each other like that? Or did they shoot it twice and do a cut? Like, I don't know. And so when it comes to the making of, it depends on the director, I would say. Like Christopher Nolan, if he does a making of anything, I want to watch that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, something like that. Other directors, maybe not so much. Zach would definitely be one that I would be interested in because the way he makes movies is, you know, interesting in it. And
especially for Justice League. That'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I I love making ofs. And please, dear God, I still think it's going to be a money grab, but I'm hoping they do it anyway. Like the 10-year anniversary of Endgame or something. I hope it's earlier. I hope it's 5 years, but I hope they release on 4K Blu-ray the IMAX versions of both movies with a like 5-hour making of documentary for both movies. I would pay $300 for this, and it's not worth it, but I would pay it anyway. So like, please, dear God. And thankfully I kind of know that it would more than likely just be on that series on Disney Plus now.
Assembled.
But yeah, so I would love that. But the fact that they did not do that, I mean, you want to talk about home media purchases skyrocketing?
Yeah,
it would be a giant making of both of those movies.
Yeah, I really think that Disney should capitalize on that and kind of, because the way they have Disney's Plus set up, they literally could have a whole directory that says every one of our Marvel films, here's a documentary for every single one of them. And like people would gravitate towards it. Like, I mean, one of the things I used to love about DVDs and Blu-rays before there was the 4K, before there was streaming, is that second disc. That second disc was freaking gold. And I remember back when I had like the two trilogies, the Star Wars trilogies, and I was going through the documentary how they made Revenge of the Sith. And like that, the way that they kind of set up the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin, like I went over that on repeat because I was just like, yo, these men are going at it. I mean, regardless how you feel about the film or George Lucas's choices, the whole process of it is just amazing to watch. And it's so intriguing. One of the things that everybody loves now is documentaries on Netflix. Yeah. So it's like, why not take a film that we love and break them down? Like, give me a freaking documentary on how they made Face Off. Give me Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. Let me see the making of, Face Off in the 4K version. Like, never before seen footage. I mean, I think that honestly, HBO Max really could start doing that because they do kind of have like a little set genre kind of thing underneath their films. Unlike Netflix, it just has the film by itself. So I think that they could start capitalizing on that. But at this point now, I really don't know after the merger what HBO Max is going to be. But I do think that there is definitely something that has been lost without having these special features. Because, I mean, I get that with all these different animated stuff. Like this animated feature, there's a whole bunch of special features with it. Like that I can kind of go over. They have like extra episodes of the old Justice League. They've got like what's coming up next. And it's like, every movie we see now with the streaming service, the movies are great, but there's nothing to talk about or boast about. Like the movie Child of Chicago 7 that was on Netflix, that was a great film. But I would love to see how they made it. And I might never will because it's just on Netflix exclusively. So I think that is sad. And I think that takes away from the value of cinema, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Right there with
you. For sure. And I just want to touch on really quick before we, get involved with the chat for a few minutes, where we spoke about, the level and the bar. I think something like that is completely subjective. It's hard for me to find, yes, definitely, these are standard, this is the level. Because some, like we all know, me and Logan had this conversation plenty of times. It's like some movies know what the fuck they are. And they're made as such. They're made to be dumb, entertaining, fun, and there's no one person to decide like, oh, that's that. Right. It was just it's just our opinions of what we personally enjoy. Yeah. So I think it's hard to put like a firm like, can we get back to this? Can we get back to da 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 da? Because it's hard. It's truly in the eye of the watcher. So I think just for me, though you can kind of lean to whatever side you want, I think it's hard to really pinpoint something as a certainty of like this is our bar, this is our level, this is the standard. So that was just my 2 cents. I just didn't want to jump on that.
That actually brings up something that I want to start a show, and you guys are more than willing to be if you want to join or not. But basically, it's going to be about film, on the difference between something being great and something being very entertaining. And sometimes you have a film that's completely entertaining, but not great or good, but it's so entertaining. And then you have a film that's great or good, but it's not entertaining. And it's like, an Oscar bait film. But then sometimes you have something that's both. like Inception or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I want to kind of make a show just kind of breaking down what that means for because like you said, it is
Really
subjective.
awesome.
It's going to be different for different people. Like some people might not care nothing about 1989 Batman, but some person be like, wow, this was great and entertaining for me. So I want to make a series about it because I think that would kind of pose some really good points as opposed to the toxic fan base is saying, no, this is perfect. No, this is perfect.
Right.
No, this is right. You're wrong. But I don't know. That's just an idea I have anyway coming up.
Oh, fact.
That's a great idea.
Let me know because that's an amazing thing. All right, guys, we'll give you a few minutes here in the chat. Anything you want to talk about or say before we wrap up here? But we also have to think of a question. Do we think of a DC question to give away for this this gift here? What can we say?
It's a great.
What can we use?
It's got to be something that we all know.
Oh, of course. Well,
but at the same time, let's make it a deep cut. Let's make it a deep cut.
Yeah. A deep cut. Damn, that's tough.
I mean, both of you are wearing DC shirts, so I'm expecting some deep fucking cuts right now. Like,
right.
I got a question. I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to answer it, and it doesn't have anything to do with the Justice Society either.
Okay,
so it's gonna be hard.
Toss it up.
All right,
just watch the chat for the right answer.
All right, so the show is Batman Beyond, and I want somebody to tell me, how do I put this? Who is a specific character that shows up in the very last episode of Batman Beyond? And this character has been in a movie before, an actual animated movie before, and they've also play a big role in the Batman lore as it is right now.
Ooh, keep an eye out on the chat, JVS, because I don't even think I know that answer.
It's a hard question. I'll give you a hint if you can tell me in the chat what episode it is. What's the episode name? I'll give you a hint.
We have two answers so far. Is that right?
Nope, neither one.
Nope.
Damn! I love it.
Right, that's really good. I didn't fucking know.
He's like, I did not watch it. I didn't watch it either.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to get it, guys, but whoever gets it.
Nope, we got another one. We got a Barbara Gordon. Is that correct?
Nope. The key thing is I said that this character has showed up in a Batman animated film before.
Tyler commented, but I had to allow it, but he just all caps. Fuck. Oh man.
Yep. Nightwing.
It's not. Is it not?
No.
Nobody's getting it yet.
Damn, that's a deep cut.
I told you.
Damn, I want to know who the hell it is.
We're just gonna see if Google will tell me. Let's see here.
If anybody can somebody tell me the episode name and I will give you a hint. I'll give you the best hint that I can give you. No, squad. Can somebody tell me the episode name?
Give me an easier one.
It's the very last.
Okay.
Y'all are funny, man. Shit. Y'all are funny.
Is the title Unmasked?
What? No. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Y'all all up on IMDb just trying to figure it out.
I love how deep this is.
I got the episode, but I'm trying to see who the hell.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and give the episode name, and I think that'll help people.
Okay.
All right, episode is the epilogue.
Is the epilogue? Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah, correct. Okay.
I remember I said the subject is Batman Beyond. Technically, I'm not gonna say anything more than that.
Let's see.
Ronan's trying. Ronan's like, I'm getting that digital code.
Kenya said, I don't know if he knows what he's talking about. It's one of my favorite shows.
One of you guys is very close. Somebody is very close in the chat right now. That's correct. This involves Batman Beyond. This is from Justice League. This is the epilogue episode. Is centered around Terry McGinnis, and this is the last time you see Terry McGinnis as it is. It's not Amanda.
It's me.
Yeah, I'm messing with you guys really bad.
This is fantastic. Y'all better be digging.
It's not Amanda Wallace. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead. This is the biggest. Whoever, this is really a race to the cars.
Okay. Oh, we have. Is that a name?
Hold on. Jedi Mike, you circling around and just say it, dude. All right. So this person was supposed to kill Terry's blank.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about? So we do have a thing here. So you said it's epilogue, but epilogue was part of Justice League Unlimited.
Yes,
Batman Beyond's last was Unmasked.
No. This is the very last time that you see Terry McGinnis.
Oh, you said the very last time you see Terry. Got it.
Batman
Okay.
Beyond. It's the very last Batman Beyond we'll ever have.
Got it. So this is the last time you see Terry McGinnis in the animated form.
Yes.
And
this person was hired by Amanda Waller to kill Terry's blank. This person has, I'm just going to give it a Jedi Mike. At this point, he's got it as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Terry's dad. Yep. All right, so Jedi Mike, he's won. He's won it.
There you go.
Congratulations, Jedi Mike.
There you go, Jedi Mike. Congrats, man.
The Mask of the Phantasm was the movie I'm referencing. Mask of the Phantasm. This person was a very big point of Bruce's life, but they made an appearance again later on. Amanda Waller wanted to recreate what happened to Bruce and basically hired her, the same woman that was the Phantasm, to go and kill Terry's dad, but she didn't. But he just hypothetically already died anyway. But yeah, congratulations, Jedi Mike. I don't know how you got that.
Well, congratulations. That was a hard one. I didn't even...
I told you it was a...
Jesus. That was...
So Jedi Mike, you will get it. Congratulations. You guys, I apologize.
Kenya's saying he said it. He said...
Let's see.
That, but did he say it before Jedi Mike, though? That's the question.
All right, let's check.
I'm seeing.
I keep seeing Phantasm by Jedi, then Andrea. She has to tell you about become Batman's son through the DNA.
Because I saw.
I keep saying Phantasm.
Jedi kept on saying Phantasm.
Cadmus. Is that his name? Cadmus?
No.
If anything, that's still after Jedi.
I'm trying to see. Kenya. Y'all are funny, man.
Oh yeah, I don't see him say where.
Yeah, I don't see where the dad. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody keeps on saying the dad, and it was.
he said I may have been beating around the bush too. Okay. So it looks like it's going to Jedi Mike. Congratulations to Jedi.
Jedi Mike, man.
that was a hell of a question. I love that we actually had like big fans in the chat. They're like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like, I know this.
Right.
That means it's a good
Jedi
question.
Mike, I will be sending that code to you during social of the media. I don't want to give it over the show just in case someone tries to rob you of your glory.
Oh, yeah, somebody definitely
got some quick.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send it to you on your Instagram. So be on the lookout for that.
Yep.
But okay, so we have a few things in the chat here while we have it. That was pretty good. That was a deep ass cut. Sweet Christmas. Bring that heat again next week. I'll be ready. Kenya ready. Kenya don't like to lose.
Hey,
He's competitive.
no.
He's like me.
Ronan, I thought you were gonna win, dude. Like straight up, I was like, Ronan's gonna know this, so I gotta be careful how I say it.
We should
That
do
was awesome.
That's fun. You think we should do like a film cave special where it's like a trivia bit for like comic book shows and shit?
Yeah, Tyler Morris.
Just have like an interactive show.
It was. I was really
That'd be
messing
fun.
with you guys. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me.
Yeah, what do you think, Logan? Should we do something like that? I think that'll be fun.
I mean,
different. What do you think?
if we're having a slow time, yeah. I mean, I think if we had some super show,
Yeah, super show. No,
just cool. Do some trivia.
cool bet. So look for y'all. Better hope there's a slow ass show soon because that'll be a fun thing to do. So if anything, just pay attention to social media. We will announce it if there's nothing to come up. We're like, hey, we're gonna have a fun little interactive show. We'll do a quiz, a trivia type thing, whatever. Should be fun to see y'all lose y'all shit and all that. That'll be hilarious. And
Yeah, matter of fact, every time you guys do that, I'll bring a different digital movie. Straight
There
up.
you go.
I'll bring it in next time.
So we could do something where it's like, if we could somehow figure out a way to do like a point system,
right?
And then whoever has the most points by the end of all the questions gets it. That'd be dope.
We shall. But all right, guys, I think this is a
All right.
great place to
Awesome.
to wrap it on up. We want to thank again JVS man for stopping on by.
Yeah,
you're
man.
welcome.
Yeah, it's fun, you guys.
Thank you for bringing the gifts. Congratulations again to Jedi Mike. Kenya, you will have your time again to shine, I promise.
The gray ghost, Kenya.
Facts.
Ronan already answered it.
Right. All right. Well, JVS, where can the people find you, brother?
Oh, you can find me on YouTube, Team JVS. You can find me on Twitter. My personal is Super SEL0320. We also have a Team JVS Twitter page. Definitely follow that. And come July the 1st, I will be a dad of 2. So I will be retiring for a little bit from YouTube
for obvious reasons.
Handle, dad duties. So
that's awesome, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's amazing. And Sir Logan, where can the people find you?
Oh, JVS is his batteries low. You can find me on YouTube, Logan Swish, and then on Twitter it's Logan_Swish, which is right above me here. Yeah, guys. I'm loving the film. What episode was this? Was this 25? Okay.
25? Yeah. I think
25 or 26. I can't remember. But yeah.
It's in the damn 20s.
And
yeah, 25.
And John's channel is also, if you're watching on my channel, John's is in the description. And I believe I'm probably in his as well.
Yes,
if you want to make it easy on people.
So make sure you check that out. Make sure you go join his Patreon to see full, reactions and exclusives over there. He's covering Watchmen right now. We should have Watchmen pretty soon, episode number 4. So be on the lookout.
I'm hoping to watch it tomorrow.
Yes, well, there you go. There you go. I'll be on the lookout for that as well. I am off, so we'll see how that goes. But you guys can find me, of course. You're on my channel, Not Here at the Night Entertainment. On my social media, John Knight _. And like I said, we have tons of content, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Whether you're watching live or here on playback, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Really helps the channel out a lot. And we will see y'all next week. It is your boy, Knight.
And I am Logan.
Just JVS.
We'll see y'all in
See y'all.
the cave. Peace.